This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. Wear the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Challenger Play-ins. Coming into today, I am your host Tino, and joining with me today is the one and only Super Dude.
Hello, brother. Welcome everybody to the stream. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, I know, exciting indeed. Today we have more play in action here. We saw yesterday how Braves Ember was able to get into the lower bracket players, as we can go check through the bracket of yesterday and see what's going to happen today. As we go look at the bracket here, we saw Braves Ember take down Psycho in a 4-0 sweep, and they followed that up with a 4-1 over Fujiyoshi to get into the lower bracket going into Saturday. And in the upper bracket, we did see Cadence take a 4-3 series against Nexus Pulse, sending them down to the lower bracket and seeing them on Saturday in the upper bracket. Today's action, we see the final games of this play in action, as we start off with Berserker's Thralls going against Aspire's Rise. The winner of that will go up against Kaizens of SCR. And then in the upper bracket match later on in the night, we'll have Eclipse versus Chimali. The winner of that will go through into the upper bracket for the Saturday, as we see the schedule here. But right now we have to focus on Berserker's Thralls going up against Aspire's Rise here. Two teams that were able to get themselves into the lower bracket and being able to compete here today. Very equal stats here, and it just looks like this will be a very close series.
Yeah, it can be. And, when it's a close one, and, the winner of this game will actually play in the next match. So there's a lot of pressure on the players And let's see how, like, who's gonna deal with the pressure in this game. And sometimes pressure can lead to some mistakes in the game, can cost you goals and to lose the whole series. So it's gonna be really interesting to see.
Yeah, pressure can make teams crumble, but they can also create some diamonds here. As we check through the players, Aspire coming in with Cyanic Rocks, Chicken Nugget, and Mr. Poggy, as Berserkers are going to go with Azael, Mac, Tomalad, and Lucidity here. Very good stats coming in from every single one of these players, and it looks like this will be a good series.
Yes, it's gonna be a good series, and I'm hoping for entertaining. And it's I always love to see good plays, challenges, saves, epic saves, good shots, and both teams are good in the offense as well. But let's see how they also deal in the defense. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll be very excited to see what happens here. Now it's time for predictions. Now, I feel like it'll be a very close series here, but I do have the side of Aspire taking this series 4 games to 2. I think their experience will prevail.
I wanted to go for Rise, but like you went for that prediction, so I was just gonna go with the other team. So yeah, I'm gonna guess Thor's is gonna take the series with yeah, they just gotta take the series. I'm not gonna predict how many matches.
Right, cool. We have the 2 teams ready here, ready for our series here. We're going to get the players in now, starting for game number 1 here in Manfield Night, as we get the players in, getting ready for this side. 2 teams here fighting for their lower bracket lives and their tournament lives. The Berserkers are going to be in the red, Aspire in the blue, and let's start off this series. Now, Cyanic now is going to take it to the left wall here, take some control, but Matt's going to get this challenge here. He's going to try and get it from the corner. 50-50 now with Rocks into the middle, but Mr. Poggy's going to be able to get that clear. And now Dadzel's going to get that clear off now to Cyanic, who's going to keep it on that left side wall. Now Tomalad is going to try and force it off to the corner with Mac taking some control. Cyanic now and Mac looking for 50-50s here. No pressure coming in from either side, but that's a decent shot attempt coming in from Mr. Poggy, but it's unsuccessful. Tomalad is now going to take some control, looking for the flick. Gets it through. Rox is going to be able to save it and take it off to the corner. It's brilliant starts coming in from both teams here. This is an end-to-end game, but no one's really building pressure.
Yes, indeed, but both teams are trying to push to the other team's territory, but no one's like, we're waiting for the unlock in this match. With 1 minute only has been played, we want to see something to unlock it and see the first goal of this match.
Yeah, well, perfectly said here. Waiting for that first goal as the demolition comes through. Dadzel's now going to take it to the right wall, looking for the shot, and it's going to start off the scoring for Berserker's Thralls.
Well, that was a pass to himself, but no one was there to rotate and take the shot, so that was a mistake there, and that led to the goal. So 1-0 again. We wanted to see who's gonna unlock the lockers, and then we saw the goal.
Yeah, great call coming in from Dadzel here. As the scoring starts for Team Berserkers, Aspire with a lot of work to do as Ross is trying to look for the shot here, but it's going to be wide and it's going to go right to Tomalad. It's going to take some control. Cyanic now is going to take it up to the battle, but Dadzel is going to be able to take control as Mr. Poggy's going to take it to the side, but Mac's going to now look for a booming clear, which he does. Rock's going to get it to the other corner, but Tomalad's going to have a shot. Cyanic is going to get that clear, but Mr. Poggy now with full control off to the corner, and Mac is going to try and get some control, but Cyanic's going to get that touch next. And it's now back and forth games here, but the lead is still Berserker's way. Now, Rocks in the middle here, looking for the shot, but it's going to get sent off to the corner here as Mac now is going to demolish Rocks here in the midfield. Mr. Poggy now straight to Mac, going up to the backboard, but Cyanic is going to get that cleared off into the corner. Dadzel looking for the shot here, but it's going to go straight to the backboard. Tomalad now is going to take it to the side wall. Mac now is going to try to take some control. And Cyanic's going to get that in a booming clear once again. Dadzel's going to try to get the clear. Now Mr. Poggy going to send it up high. He's going to try to control this, but Mac is going to get the save. Cyanic now to the side wall, and Tomalad's going to get a booming clear off to the other side, looking for the counter-attacking possibilities, but Mr. Poggy's going to get it clear. Tomalad now is going to try to get it back into the middle, but it's just not going to be successful. Unsuccessful pressure. It looks like the mistake coming in from Aspire will be costly going into game number 1. Some technical difficulties here now, but Mr. Poggy's now going to get some control here. It's going to go straight to Tomalad. He's going to send it off to the corner. Mac's going to get a booming clearance. Cyanic's going to now try to get it into the middle. Rock and Tomalad with the 50-50 in the midfield once again. Dazzle looking for the shot. It's not going to be successful, but Mr. Poggy's going to get a touch into the backboard, and it's going to go right to the middle for Mac. Mr. Poggy's going to get a booming clear off the 50, and that's the goal for Rise. They most definitely needed to tie up the game. Brilliant clear coming in from Mr. Poggy as he gets that 50 with Mac. Tomalad is too far up as the last man, and it's going to go straight to the bottom corner, and Aspire take the lead tie up the game in game number 1. Center circle now looms here as it goes up to the right wall. Cyanic's now going to try and get the fake off to Rocks. It's not going to be successful. Mac's going to now try and build some pressure. It's going up to the backboard for Tomalad here, who misses, and Mr. Poggy can get it clear. Dazzle's going to try and get it 50-50 here. Cyanic now, it's going to try to take some control. Mr. Poggy's going to get it off to that right wall. Rocks now, it's going to get a booming clear up into the skies. Once again, trying to get it into the middle. Cyanic is going to get a shot here. It's going to go back to Rocks. It's still in the middle. But Mac is going to get it off to the corner. Mr. Poggy now, full control of this ball. But Dazzle's going to get the clear. Rocks now, once again, trying to look for that 50. Cyanic is now trying to get this popping up high. Dazzle now is going to take it off to the left wall, and Rox is going to get it clear once again. Building pressure here coming from Aspire. They're taking control of this game late. Cyanic now into the middle with an infield pass. Mr. Poggy with the follow-up touch. And Aspire take a 2-1 lead in game number 1. With some brilliant pressure coming in from Aspire. Cyanic with the infield pass to the backboard, and Mr. Poggy can get the read, and it's an open net from there because both Berserkers defenders cannot get that ball. And now it goes back into the circle with Berserkers with a lot of work to do here. Rocks now with controllers. Dazzle's going to get a booming clear, and he's going to try to get it into the middle, and Tomalad's going to get the shot, but Rox is going to get the save, and now Mac is going to look for the shot, looking for the top corner. Rox with a beautiful clear off to the other side as 30 seconds now ticks on the clock. Mac now needs to get a touch here, but Mr. Poggy's going to get that first touch. Rox is going to pop it up high. It's going to go to the backboard, but Dazzle should have the clear, which he does. Mr. Poggy now is going to get it into the middle. Cyanic looking for the shot. Mac and Tomalad with the double commit now. Berserkers are defending with the last, but they need this ball on the offensive end. Tomalad is now going to get it off to the left wall. Dazzle looking for the middle, but Cyanic should have this touch as time ticks down in game number 1. Aspire with the most amount of control late into this game, and they will take game number 1 as Mr. Poggy will take it to the floor, and Rise will take the initial lead in the series.
Oh, that was insane.
Insane indeed, as the corporation says here. Looking at the stats here, Mr. Poggy with the MVP. 2 goals on 3 shots, a 66% conversion rate here with a save. Aspire with 4 saves compared to Berserker's 3. We see here that Aspire did have the control late in the game, but Berserkers are really starting this game off well. But something slipped going into that halftime and going late into game number 1 that they really need to fix. Field domination going entirely to the side of Aspire, 60% to 40, and it just feel like a back and forth game, but control was able to be given on the side of Aspire here. My co-host here is unfortunately not going to be able to be here right now, so we will be able to talk through this game number 1 here as we go into game number 2. The thing that Berserkers really need to do right now is be able to communicate with each other and be able to fix up what's going on. And now it's going to be going into Forbidden Temple here once again. Now, game number 2 is calling. Thralls need to build a response here as they're trying to get all the players into the game. I just don't know what's going on here. The players are right now, not 100% right now. Just waiting for the confirmation here as Tomalad got kicked from the lobby here, so we will have to wait for the players for a little bit here as we talk for this here. Tomalad is now back into the game here. All 6 players are ready for game number 2 here. Berserkers once again needing to respond very quickly, and Aspire here with control of this series so far. They can take the lead and they can take the series right now. Game number 2 calls for us here in the Forbidden Temple. Center circle now. Mr. Poggy and Datzo with a medium 50 here, but Berserkers will take control of this ball from the beginning. Datzo had a full tank here, but Rox was able to get there quickly. Now, Mac is going to try to take some control of Demolition coming in from Datzo as the back lines is open here, as they can try to take some control. But Psyonix is going to get it into the middle, and he's going to try to get the infield pass into Psyonix with the shot! Who laces it into the bottom corner, and Aspire take the lead again. Tomalad here gets in the infield. He couldn't get the touch there. And then it's just Mr. Poggy's going to be able to get a brilliant pass into Psyonix, who's going to get that first goal into game number 2 as they take the lead once again. Now, Mr. Poggy here off to Mac into the ceiling. Psyonix now is going to get a touch. Rox now is going to take a touch. He's going to slam it down. Mr. Poggy's now going to try to get it into the middle to try to get some more control for Aspire. Mac now is going to get the first touch here. Psyonix is going to take it into the corner. It's going to go high. Tomalad should have this next touch, which he does. Takes it to the side wall. Mr. Poggy now is going to try and get this middle, but he's unsuccessful. Psyonix now to the backboard. Has an open net if he can lace this through. He doesn't. Still up in the air, though. Tomalad is going to be able to get the clear in time. And Mr. Poggy will get the catch and try to build some more pressure. But he gets 50 by Dadzazo. It's a brilliant 50 to get some control once again. Slam down now. And now, if Berserkers are trying to build some more control of this game. Aspire now once again with the infield pass, but it's unsuccessful this time because there is a challenge. Rox now is going to slam it onto the wall, looking to get it middle, but Mr. Poggy now is going to be able to get the next touch as Berserkers are trying to build some more pressure. Gets into the middle here. Double commit coming in from Aspire, but it's still dangerous here as Berserker could try and make some chances here, but no one goes up for it as of now. Now, Datzazel is in the corner here, trying to control this game and control game number 2. Psyonix now is going to take it off to the corner. Tomalad is going to get it back into that corner to try and pull some pressure for TBK. Mac with a shot here, hits the crossbar, but no one's going to be able to get the follow-up as they all expected it to go in. Now, Tomalad and Mac here fighting for this ball once again, but they're on the same team, so they shouldn't be. Mac looking for that second touch, but he's unsuccessful. Mr. Poggy now is going to get that second touch here, gets the reset. He's going to try to continue this play, but he doesn't have boost. Now he's looking for bombs here on Tomalad, which he does get some destruction here. Bumps Mac here out of the way, but Psyonix's pass is too powerful. Mac now gets some control. Tomalad should be able to get this next touch, and it's a booming clear all the way to the other side. Berserker should try to get some control here, looking for the shot. That's a cell. Unlucky here, and Aspire will be able to get it cleared. That one's one of them ones that TBK you think have to score. Mac now is going to try and get it back into the middle. He's going to try to take it solo because none of their players are there. That is with the shot too high. Tomalad can try to go for the follow-up, but it's not going to be there. Mac now, good shot there. Rox is going to get a save. That is with the follow-up. Once again coming in from Rox. The squishy save. Brilliant defense coming from Aspire, but that shot once again is saved by Mr. Poggy. Brilliant defense coming in from the side of Aspire to hold on their back line to keep it to 1-0 with the squishy save as well. Now, Datzazel is going to try to get some control. Mac is going to get it into the middle. Tomalad once again is going to try to get this clear. And it's not going to go through for the side of TBK. Mac now with the shot, and it's going to get cleared off. He was looking for that top corner, but once again, an Aspire defender is there. Rox now looking to try to get this out of the Aspire half, but he can't because Tomalad is there. Psyonix now with full control gets it into the middle here. Mr. Poggy should have the save, which he does. It's brilliant defense coming in from Aspire. TBK need a goal here. Mr. Poggy looking for the mechanical play, but Tomalad's going to get a save here. Off to the middle. Rox now with a shot. Aspire trying to build pressure, but it's just not coming to fruition. Mac now is looking for the shot once again. Mr. Poggy should get the save. Datzazel is going to get it into the middle, but Rox is going to get a booming clear once again. Mr. Poggy now, he's going to try to get it into the middle, which he does. Rock looking for the shot, but it's not going to be successful. Psyonix with the shot. Datzazel is going to get that save once again. Datzazel now into the middle. And Mac now should be looking for this drop down pass, which he does. But two defenders are there once again. The back line is so strong and the rotation is so firm. Tomalad and Mac bumping each other for that shot. And it's just miscommunication coming from the side of TBK. As now there's a full clear for the side of Aspire. Tomalad's going to send it up into the sky. And Rox now is going to go for this ball, which he is successful in doing. Psyonix now looking for the shot, looking for the placement. But Mac should be able to get the save, which he does. Mr. Poggy now trying to force something. Tomalad now is going to try and force himself through, and he's going to get some more pressure. Psyonix now is going to be able to try and get a booming clear off to the right wall. Mr. Poggy now getting it into the middle. Dadza with a booming clear, but Rox is going to get it off to the corner once again. 20 seconds left of this game. Tomalad looking for the shot, but the Aspire back line has been so strong in this game number 2. Cyanic now is going to try to get this clear once again, but it's going off to the backboard. Final 10 seconds here as Berserkers are needing a goal. They've had all the pressure in the world, but Aspire have always had an answer to it. The ball's going to go low, and it's going to touch the floor. And Aspire's Rise, with such strong defensive plays, are able to keep game number 2 as a 1-goal game as they take the 2-game lead in the series. 5 saves to 4 coming in the side of Aspire with the 1 goal here, as we see Mr. Poggy with all the credit here with 4 saves by himself. Berserkers flipped the pressure, but they couldn't get anything going. Look at that, 10 shots to 5. A really huge advantage there coming in from this side of Aspire, as Berserkers now will call the timeout. And now it's 2 minutes here as we have Mr. Abdul Koder here on the stream. How are you doing, my good sir?
Yeah, Super Dude is having some technical issues, so I'm gonna take over for this portion. So hey.
Yeah, no, most definitely we will be hopefully being able to see Super Dude come back. But right now, 2-minute countdown coming in for the side of Berserkers. They feel like they need to fix something with their game. But the issue is, with this Berserker side, in my opinion, it's just they're not getting their shots through. They're not able to confirm their chances. They're not able to see their shots through, and they're not able to capitalize on anything at the moment.
Yeah, I agree, man. Aspire has been having like a lot of saves and stuff. There's been a lot of saves on both sides actually. Like let's bring up this again. There's what, like 5 saves. Oh, my bad. 4 or 5 saves each team. I think that's like a lot higher than usual. Do you agree, Tina?
Yeah, no, most definitely. There's an increased amount of saves coming in this game, a lot more defensive, but something I want to keep in mind is the demos. 4 demos compared to 0 coming in from Aspire. They're showing that mechanical outplays is really how they're trying to see off this series. Mr. Poggy obviously getting all the credit with most of the saves, coming in at 5, but you see there, Mac and Dadzizel with all the touches in the world, but they just weren't able to create something with their attacks here. As we now pass the minute in their tactical timeout here, they still have extra time now. 2-0 for Aspire in this series. Berserkers need to build an answer going into game 3.
Yeah, I will just have to hope that Thralls is able to utilize their timeout here and see if they're about to bounce back and maybe go for an upset here, for it to not go to max point, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, but I think the time is ticking here for this timeout. If we get a timer here left to see how long Berserkers have to communicate with each other, we should be getting back into game number 3 very soon here, as we now are going into the DFH Stadium. Timeout over for Berserkers. They need to build an anterior. Spire looking to be on match point. We'll see what happens here in game number 3. Kickoff time now. 5 minutes left on the clock once again. Berserkers need to build an answer. Aspire want to see off the series. Rox now is going to get into the middle. Mac needs to get that touch, which he does, but it's only a drop down here. Double commit coming in from Aspire here. Berserkers need to now use that to build some more pressure. Mr. Poggy's not going to get the best of touches. He's going to get it into the midfield once again. And now Rox pass off to Mr. Poggy, who's going to get some control. He's going to try to keep this going, but he doesn't. Mac now booming clear. He's going to get it into the middle, looking for something. He takes the full boost coming in for the side of Aspire. Tomalad gets the demo, but Rox is going to get clear off to the corner. Demolition once again coming in from Tomalad here. Berserkers are now trying to get some demolitions going, trying to get some more aggressive plays going. Tomalad looking for the shot, looking for the double tap here, but he can't get it through. Infield pass coming in from Mac, but no one's there to connect the play once again.
You missed.
Sloppy pressure coming in from Berserkers. Now, Mr. Poggy once again trying to get it off to the right wall. And he does take control off to the corner here. He gets into the middle. But Tomalad is going to be able to get that clear. Cyanic now is going to get some control. And now Rocks straight to Dazazel. And Mr. Poggy should be able to get the clear. Mac once again with the touch. Cyanic now is going to get it into the middle with an attempt here. But Tomalad is not going to allow that to be possible. Rocks now gets the clear off to the corner. Dazazel now with the touch into the corner. Mr. Poggy once again is going to try and get that clear, but Berserkers have all the pressure in the world. Mac with the shot, but it's unsuccessful. And they're still trying to build pressure. Dazazel with the shot. Mr. Poggy and Cyanic teaming up together to get some defense going. It's brilliant as Aspire still holding off their backlines just like they were doing in game number 2. Into the middle now as Mac is going to be able to get it clear, and it's going to go straight to Tomalad, who's going to get some pressure, trying to get it into the middle, but Rocks and Mr. Poggy are there as a duo. Dazazel now with the flick attempt, but Cyanic is there with the challenge. Tomalad is going to try to look for the challenge. Rocks is getting the demo on Dazazel. Tomalad and Rocks, trade demos here. Mr. Poggy's going to have all the control in the world, tries to fake it and go low, but Mac is going to be able to get the right touch. Mac now takes it off to the corner. Dazazel's going to try and build some pressure. He gets into the middle, and Mr. Poggy's going to get it cleared off to the right side. Counter-attacking possibilities for the side of Aspire, who get it into the middle. Cyanic is looking for some more pressure. He's going to try and get the drop-down pass, and Dazazel should have the touch here, but Mr. Poggy's going to beat Mac to this touch. Rocks now going to try and build some more pressure. Dazazel's going to get it clear. Cyanic once again trying to build more pressure. Tomalad's going to get one touch here. Mac is going to try and build some more pressure with some mechanics, but he can't do so as Dazazel now is going to get a full ball. It's 50-50 coming in with Mr. Poggy here as Rocks is going to get that clear once again. Tomalad to the side wall, get it to the corner. Rocks now trying to get it into the middle with Mr. Poggy there. A follow-up shot from Cyanic, but Tomalad gets the save. Brilliant offense coming in from the side of Aspire. Dazazel needed to get that touch, which he does. Rocks now is going to try to get it into the corner. Can there be anyone middle? Will he just look for the shot? No, he won't. Demolition coming in from Mr. Poggy on Dazazel. They're trying to build some more pressure here. All three of Aspire's players on this left side. Cyanic now trying to build some more pressure. It wasn't open net for a brief moment, but the Aspire players didn't trust him to get it into the middle. Now Dazazel with the demolition coming in from Mr. Poggy. Now Cyanic is going to get some control, get it into the middle. Tomalad now is going to take it to the side. Cyanic's going to take it into the middle. Mr. Poggy's trying to go for the shot, but it's going to get blocked up once again by the Berserkers defense. Still a cagey game here as it's still 0-0 on both sides. Tomalad now passing off to Mac. He's going to try to get it back, which he does. Mr. Poggy can't get the touch. And Berserkers start off the game strong. 4 minutes required, but they now have a goal.
Devastating miss by Poggy right there, man. That was depressing, man.
Yeah, devastating mistake coming in from Mr. Poggy here, but it feels like it's what they should have deserved. They shouldn't be holding their back lines for this long. Mr. Poggy looking for the shot, and Dazazel can get the save straight away. All the pressure now needs to be on the side of Aspire, which they are doing kind of. Dazazel should get the clear now, but Berserker should be holding on strong here with this 1-goal lead. Now, Mac. Clear off, but it's going to go straight to Rocks. It's not going to be on target. Tomalad is going to get the touch. Mr. Poggy should get the catch. And now, once again, Berserk is trying to build some more pressure. Mac now with the clear. Rocks now is going to try to get some control. Tomalad with the shot! Cyanic can't get it clear, and he gets it into his own net. And Berserkers double up the lead.
That timeout clearly did them wonders, man.
The timeout seems to have worked indeed as Berserkers double up their lead going into game number 3. Doesn't look like Aspire going to get into match point. Cyanic with the pinch, and now Mr. Poggy's going to try to get a touch off this, which he doesn't. Cyanic now trying to get the shot off, gets it onto the ceiling. Double commit coming in from Aspire. It's a wide open net for the side of Berserkers. Dazazel can't convert it, and Cyanic can get a touch to get it clear, but he doesn't have boost anymore. And now Mr. Poggy and Dazazel is looking for the 50 here. Mac now is trying to get a touch here, but it's going to get cleared up by the Aspire back lines. As the final seconds tick down, Aspire needs to get a goal in regulation time, which I don't think they'll do. This ball has been stuck on their end for pretty much most of this game. And game number 3 will go to the side of Berserkers.
That was crazy, man. Like at the first, it looked like Rise had their defense on lock, but then about halfway through, they kind of fell apart and they just started letting goals in.
Yeah, it felt all too leaky there at the end, coming in from the side of Aspire. As we see the end game stats, Tomalad with all the credit, 2 goals here on 3 shots, 66% conversion rate once again. And now we see a decent series going on here as we now have 2-1 to the side of Aspire. The timeout buff definitely worked for the side of Berserkers, but they do need to see this through and continue this on to game number 4. Final seconds take here as we see game number 4 is on the horizon here. There will be no sweep here. We will be seeing a game number 5, but now we see if we can confirm that a game 6 is possible here. Berserkers seeking to tie this series up, aspire to once again go on match point as we head in to the Utopia. And some people, including me,
Yeah, we
I've
seem
got
to
some
have gotten
technical
black
issues here.
screens.
Seems that we got black screens here, so we got some technical issues here, so we will be having a little pause here as we wait for the lobby to get back up and everyone to start playing once again. But yeah, just a back and forth series coming in from the side of from both teams really. And it's just so unpredictable on how this Challenger playoffs could go here. We saw Ember were able to take full control of their players the last time. Can the script change this time here? As both teams now are going to start getting ready once again to head back into the Utopia Coliseum. We're going to get the players ready soon. Checking if
Should be
everyone's ready
about
to
ready
play
to
once
go
again.
here. Oh yeah, they're joining.
And yep, everyone's back into the game here. Berserkers in the red, Aspire once again in the blue. Both teams ready to fight for their honor and fight for their pride in this lower bracket. As Mac is now going to take up to the sides, gets the reset. He's going to try to go low, but the 50-50 is going to keep it into the middle.
Oh,
And Mr.
flicks.
Poggy's going to get it clear. Counter-attacking possibilities coming in from the side of Aspire, but it's not going to be successful. That's though is now going to get it into the middle. Mr. Poggy now is going to try to look for the shot, but it's going to be unsuccessful as Mac now is going to try to take some control. 50-50 coming in with Rocks here as Mr. Poggy once again is going to try to boom it off to the corner. That's with the flick opportunity, gets past one,
The
but Rocks is going
backflips.
to have a free ball because of the backflip on the solo play. Now, Tomalad here is going to get it straight up to Dadzizel. He's going to drop it down into the middle. Mr. Poggy now is going to get the pinch. And Mac is going to try get this air dribble going through. He's going to try get past Rocks, but he can get the touch just in time. Mr. Poggy now is going to look for this ball, but he doesn't have enough boost to connect. Cyanic now is going to go up with this. And he's just going to make some more pressure coming in from the side of Aspire and try to relieve some stress coming into this game number 4. As Berserkers had all of the ball in that last game. It just seems like Aspire right now need to build some more offense. They do have a 2-1 lead here, but it's feeling a bit sloppy coming from the side of Aspire.
Yeah, I feel like the whole time they're kind of just like stuck on defense, and every time they are able to get a breakthrough, they just kind of like mess it up. There's no one to follow up on the next touches.
Certainly so. Aspire now looking to get their act together as Cyanic is going to try and build some more pressure. Mac now is going to pass it off to Tomalad. Tomalad's going to get the fake. He's going to try and get past the second man. But Rox is going to be able to get it clear. Cyanic now is going to try and get this clear here. Mr. Poggy's going to now have control of this ball. One-on-one possibilities with Tomalad here. Rox is trying to look for the 50. Cyanic is last man. He does have to be careful. Gets Demo, but also gets the touch. Mr. Poggy looking for the shot. But he's whiffed. Now Mac with the clearance. Cyanic should get this touch here. As Dadzizel is going to whiff once again here. And now Cyanic should try to get some control here, but he doesn't get the accurate touch here. Mac looking for the shot. But once again, just lack of efficiency coming in from either side here. As Rock's now looking for the touch. And he's going to get that down into the side here. Aspire trying to build some pressure with this. but Mac is going to be able to hold off and release some stress. Tomalad now with the flick, trying to continue the solo play, but Mr. Poggy is going to be able to get there just in time. Dadzizel now looking for the double tap, but Rox is going to get it clear. Mac now is going to go up to the wall, flick over straight to the ceiling, and it goes straight down to Cyanic, and Tomalad's going to get a booming clear. Mac now to the middle with a drop down pass. But Rox is going to be there in time. 50-50 now coming in from Rox and Dadzizel. Rox now going to have some solo play opportunities. Going to just try force a 50 with Mac here. As Cyanic now is going to try to get it into the middle. But Dadzizel's going to get a booming clear. Mac looking for the redirect. He doesn't get the touch. And Mr. Poggy's going to be able to get the clear just in time. Ghost touch coming in from the side of Mac. But it's some good pressure coming in from the side of TBK. Now, Mac looking for the shot here, but Rox is going to have the 50. Cyanic now is going to get a booming clear once again. It's going to go up to the ceiling. And it's just both teams aren't able to convert in time. Mr. Ponky now looking for a shot here, but he's not going to be able to do it. Tomalad now to the middle. And it's just not going to go through here. Cyanic now is going to try to get some control. Mac is going to mess up here once again. Tomalad now is going to try to get this into the middle. Cyanic looking for the redirect. No, he gets the drop down to Rox. But Rox is not going to be able to get that. That pass is too powerful. Mac now, cruise control of this ball. Now, tries to take it slow here. Mr. Ponky now is going to take control. Looking for the double tap, but he can't. Dadzizel is going to get that cleared off for the side of TBK here. Cyanic now is going to take that low. Dadzizel was really thinking that he was going to go high with this. Rox now is going to try to take some control and get it into the middle. He gets the ceiling pinch, but Tomalad's going to be there on the backboard. Mr. Poggy now is going to have full control of this. Can he get for the shot? No, he can't. Cyanic is there, but the shot is off once again. Now, Mac is going to try to get some control into the middle. Tomalad now is going to try to get some control. But once again, just lackluster pressure coming in from both sides.
Yeah, I just feel like it's been now it's a stalemate. These last 2 minutes. We need for something to break the ice. Oh, Poggy gets a 0-second save, and then Cyanic gets another one. Tomo gets a flick over. Rox misses. I'm so bad at this. I'm sorry, guys.
No, but yeah, it's just the lackluster pressure coming in from both teams. Mr. Poggy looking for one last solo play. Going into the end of regulation. Flicks past one. Tries to get it past Tomalad here. Ball still up in the air for a 0-second control on either side. Now, Cyanic's going to get it to Mac. It's not going to be up in the floors just yet. Rox is going to try to slam it to the ground, which he does. Overtime coming in for game number 4. Aspire looking for match point here. Dadzizel's now going to take some control. 50-50 off to the right side. Mac looking for the shot, but it's going to be unsuccessful. Rox now looking for it. Dead ball 50 once again. Now, Cyanic looking for that flick. Gets past Tomalad, but also gets demoed in the process. Dadzizel now looking for control of this ball in the air. But the 50-50 now coming from Rox. Mr. Poggy's going to get it down. Looking for the double tap. But there's a waterfall here. He can't get that read. Cyanic looking for the follow-up shot. But Dadzizel's going to be there with a save. Follow once again from Rox is going to be up in the air. Now, Cyanic looking for this ball, but Mac's going to get it clear. And once again, the pressure's been relieved. Tomalad now is going to try to take it slow. Flicks over one, looking for the demo. But Mr. Poggy's not going to be able to be demoed here as he holds his lines well. Mac looking for the double tap here, which he does. And TBK will take game number 4.
What a shot there from Mac. That was beautiful, that double tap right there. He's making it. Look at Rise, bro. They're in shambles right now.
A lot of work to do coming in for the side of Rise here as they have fumbled their 2-0 series lead. Berserkers have clawed back into the series with a 1-0 game here coming in from the side of Berserkers here. Matt will take the MVP there. 1 goal on 6 shots, 16% conversion rate there. And it just feels like both teams are creating so much pressure, but they're not scoring.
Huh? Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, both teams here not exactly being able to build the best of pressures here. They're able to build some good pressure, but they're not scoring.
Yeah, man. They're being. Oh my God. There have been not many goals in the series so far, and maybe like 1 or 2 if I'm correct. So yeah, both teams have been pretty reserved this whole series. So maybe this game we'll be seeing some more like action or a bit more aggressiveness on both sides. But we'll just have to find out right now.
Yeah, both sides here fighting for that match point now as we go into Beckwith Park with the series being 2-2. Cyanic now is going to take out to the corner, but Mr. Poggy should have the touch going into the middle. And now Rox is going to go for the 50 off to the side wall. And now Mac is looking for the clear, but it's going to go right to Cyanic. And he's going to be able to get the finish, and Rise take the lead quickly.
That was beautiful from Cyanic. Almost saves it actually, but yeah.
Yeah, no, not the best coming in from the side of Berserkers. They need to get a response quickly there, because that's one of those that are mentally draining there, because it's such a mistake, such a foolish mistake to make there from the side of the Berserkers defense. Mr. Poggy now looking for the shot here, but Tomola can get the clear. Rox now is going to go up in the air, tries to get in the touch, which he does. Dadzizel and Mac double committing for this ball here once again. And Mr. Poggy now is going to try to take some control, but he gets bumped off it. Tomola is going to try to build something, but he just can't as Dadzizel gets that booming clear. Cyanic now is going to get that touch off to the side. Rox now is going to go up with this, and Cyanic is once again going to go up with this, looking for the carry. He just can't do it as of yet here. Mr. Poggy now is going to get into the middle, and Rox looking for the shot, but it's not going to go be on target now. Cyanic is now going to try and get the clear here, but he gets demoed in the process. Mac is going to have some control, but Mr. Poggy is going to get a booming clear once again. Dadzizel now going to try to chop this down, but Rox is going to get a booming clear once again, and Mac is going to clear that once again. Mr. Poggy's not going to be able to get that straight away, so he has to retreat his lines once again. Cyanic now is clearing it away, and now Rox is going to try and get some control. Mr. Poggy now with full control of this ball here, pops it over high and tries dropping it down, but Tomola can get a booming clear once again. And yeah, it's just a dull game coming in from both sides here. They're trying to build pressure, but there's no scoring once again, just like the last couple of games.
Yeah, I just feel like it's been a lot of the same this game as well. Not much different going on. Oh! Tomo gets able to sneak it into the net because Cyanic just can't quite reach it in time, unfortunately.
No, Rox wasn't able to get that past, and Cyanic was on the boost and wasn't able to get back in time for Tomolad's shot here, as we now have a tie game once again. Rox now going to get it up to the ceiling as Mac is looking for the shot, and it's going to get cleared off by Mr. Poggy here. And now Cyanic's going to drop that down to Mr. Poggy. Cyanic looking for that touch again. He's going to have an open there here. Mr. Poggy can't get the touch here, and Mac's going to be able to get the clear. That's one of those ones you have to score if you're on the side of Aspire. And now Rox is going to get some control here. He's going to try and get a booming clear, as Dadzizel now is going to get beat, but Mac's going to stay strong as the last man. Now Dadzizel once again trying to look for some control. Tomolad now gonna look for the shot, but Mr. Poggy's gonna have to get some control. Gets the 50 there with Mac here. Berserkers now having to hold their line strong now. They have to regroup after some good pressure here. Dadzizel's gonna try to get it into the middle. Who Mac is waiting for. Tomolad has an open net, and Berserkers take the lead.
Yeah, that was insane from Tomo's really putting the work in this game. Maybe he's gonna go for a hat trick in a second here. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, the score of this game has flipped on its head. Berserkers with all the control now in the world. Tomola now gets that pop up with a shot coming in from Mac, but it's off target as it's saved by Rox. Tomola now once again with full control of this ball. He's gunning for a hat trick here. Tries getting it past Cyanic, but doesn't get the touch. And now Dadzizel's going to get the touch. Once again, he's going to get it off to the side into the middle. Back now. Going to try and get it pop up high to Tomola here. And he was coming off the backboard here. Dadzizel's not going to be able to get there in time. Mr. Poggy now going to be able to get his edge up on the double tap. And Mr. Poggy's going to be able to tie up this game.
That was insane from Poggy, getting it past both defenders in the air. That was some masterclass right there. But as we head on to this kickoff, we're gonna see who's gonna break the deadlock here. Maybe it's been like mainly Poggy and Tomo. It's just them, and then the others backing them up. So Rox decides to boom it onto the backboard. No one's there to follow it up. He goes up. Oh, he fakes. Oh, this might be a goal. Oh, but Poggy blocks it, able to block the redirect. But most of the Rise is currently on 0. And then, oh shit. I mean, oh shoot. Yeah, what do you think of this, Tino? What do you think of this?
AKG game coming in from both sides here as they're not trying to drop the leaders. Dazzle's going to try and get it into the middle. Rox is going to get it clear. And it's just going to be more pressure going from the side of TBK. But he's going to get passed off to Cyanic. Mr. Punky now trying to build some pressure off the corner. Now, bouncing off the backboard here. Tomalad is going to have to get the touch. Mac has missed. Cyanic now looking for a demolition here. Unsuccessful. Mac now gonna try to force something here. He's gonna get it down to the ceiling. He's gonna waterfall down. Dazzle's looking for the shot here, but it's wide open here. But Cyanic and Rox is gonna double commit to be able to get there. Demolition coming in from Rox on the side of Dazzle here. As TBK's defense is now weakened for 3 seconds. He gets back in the game and looking for that touch now. He's going to get it clear off to the corner. Mac now is going to try and get this into the middle. There's a whiff coming in from the side of Aspire. But they're going to be able to get this ball clear. Mac now looking for the shot here as he gets off the ceiling. Mr. Ponky now is going to try and get some control. Now, Rox looking for the booming clear, which he does all the way through. Is it going to go in? No. Tomalad's going to be able to get the clear. Mr. Ponky now is going to try and get it into the middle. That's not going to get the best of touches. Cynic is not going to be able to try and get it into the middle. And it's a 0-second drill once again. Aspire looking to win this game. Berserk is looking for overtime here as the flick of attempt is now going to come through. Now, Mac, counter-attacking possibilities coming in from the side of Berserkers. Looking for the double tap. Tomalad with the shot. And it's going to get saved off by Rox. Now, that's looking for the shot once again. Now, follow from Mac. 0-second drill from the side of Berserkers. And they have match point.
That was insane, man. Mac able to clutch up with the 0-second goal right there. Yeah, and looks like Rise is gonna be calling a timeout here. Hopefully they get some of that Thrall's magic from, because clearly their timeout has been working because they won 3 games in a row. So hopefully maybe Rise can bounce back just the way Thrall's did. Do you agree, Tino? Do you think that's true or what?
Yeah, no, brilliant recovery coming in from the side of Thralls ever since that timeout. Brilliant 0-second draw coming in from both teams there. And Mac is able to finish it off. Tomalad with the MVP, 2 goals on 6 shots with 2 saves again. Almost a 500-point game. But you look at the side of Aspire once again. They did get some goals going, but they just weren't able to hold off that Berserker's pressure. They were taking too much of it. 11 shots compared to 6 there. And they gave more demos there in that game. But it's just unsuccessful coming in from this side of Aspire.
Yeah, man. We'll just have to see here. Oh, oops. You guys didn't see that. You guys didn't see that.
Yeah, 2-minute timeout now for this side of Aspire. They have a lot of work to do here going into game number 6. We can go check the rest of this challenger bracket once again if you guys want to get a recap for those who missed yesterday and are missed so far in this stream here. As obviously you may remember here, coming in from yesterday, we had Ember sweeping Seiko going into that lower bracket round 2, which we did see them with a 4-1 win over Fujiyoshi here to get into the lower bracket. And they're going to go against Pulse, who lost a 4-3 series against Kaden, who's going to go through in the upper bracket there. And now, in today's action so far, you are just now seeing Berserkers with a 3-2 series lead over Aspire's Rise here. The loser of this will be eliminated from playoff contention and out of the RSC, and they will go against SCR's Kaizen. And then later on in the stream, we will have Shadows Eclipse going against Azteca's Chimali here, as these challenger play-ins are coming to a close. Tomorrow and Friday, we will have more rival action coming to you there. And it just feels like it's going to be one brilliant day going into this week of challenger rival play-ins and playoffs. But yeah, no, time's ticking here for the side of Aspire here. They do need to fix up everything that they have everything they've worked on and everything they're preparing here. And now it just feels like right now, both teams here are trying to take this series by the neck. As the Berserkers now are on match point here. And Aspire have their tournament lives on the line. They've run out of chances here. They had such a quick and dominant lead early in the series, but they weren't able to see it through. And now they're in a position where they must win this game 6 and then turn on to win in a game number 7 in Champions Field. And it just feels like either possibilities could be happening here in this game number 6 that's about to come up. We are about to go into Neo Tokyo soon. The timeout's about to run out. And it feels like this is going to be one heck of a series going into this one late. Now, Neo Tokyo calls here. We should be getting our new caster coming in. This replacement has happened. We have Blaze here in the casting booth here as we are ready to get into game number 6 now. And now, timeout's over. Aspire needs to get some work done. Tomolad's going to try and build some pressure. He's going to get pinched up into the ceiling. Drop down pass for Danzazel, who's going to get it off to the backboard. Who's there for the shot? Mac is going to be there, but he's going to get it all the way back to Tomolad once again. Danzazel now looking for the shot, and it should be cleared off by Rocks very quickly there. As Aspire now need to build some pressure, need to control the game so that they can try to send this to Champions Field.
Yeah, exactly. What an opportunity that was early on for Thralls. They're not letting off the gas, though. It's probably Tomolag going for a double touch as Rocks puts it away. Max dived it, and it's Dazzadel who's going to get dunked there as well. It's going to fall nicely to Mr. Poggy on the right-hand side. He's going to get demoed by Tomolag as Mac there to clean that one up. Rocks, not a lot of boost in his tank. He plays that one too. Yep. Poggy plays that one out towards the middle. It's a decent 50 to keep that one out of their net. Dazzadel 50s that out into the midfield, and Cyanic keeping this ball in the Thralls half after a relatively early onslaught.
Yeah, quick onslaught coming in from the side of Aspire and TBK here. The shot coming in from Danzazel. And now it's just going to go all the way to Rocks there. The demolition coming in. Cyanic needs to get it clear very quickly there because Tomolad is now going to get it off to the backboard with a drop down pass. Straight to Danzazel is going to be unsuccessful. Mac now is going to try pass it once again into the middle. But pressure is going to be unsuccessful here as TBK are really trying to close off this series right now. They're trying to get rid of Aspire here, but Aspire needs to hold on to their tournament life here. Mr. Poggy looking for the shot, and it's unsuccessful here. Both teams looking for some pressure.
Yeah, it's a very, very aggressive first half of this game, you have to say. Both teams keeping the pressure alive as Mac looking for something with not a lot of boost. As Poggy puts that one towards the right-hand side. Dazzadel with a touch in towards the middle where Rocks is waiting at the front post. Not going to challenge him particularly much, and it's just going to sit there in the corner. And if you're a Thralls player, that's not going to be what you want. You want that ball in the middle causing problems. But, you know, if you're the defensive team in those situations, you don't mind that. It's going to sit there. It's awkward in the midfield. Oh, it's pitched off the post. And Cyanic will get the first goal of the game in favour of Rise.
Yeah, wonderful pitch coming from the side of Rose here. As Cyanic is going to be able to finish off that chance here. Aspire will take the lead early, and the timeout ball seems like it has worked. And now, center circle once again here. Aspire with all the control in the world. Cyanic with the shot. Tomolan needs to rush back, which he does. Mac now going to take some control here. Looking for the air dribble. Looking to try to get this middle. Looking for Danzazel here. He's going to just be slightly off here. Demolition coming in from Mr. Poggy here as the defensive line of Aspire is going to hold strong for now. And Danzazel's going to try and get it off to the side wall. Aspire with the lead. Berserker's a lot of answers to questions. And Mac is going to be able to tie up the game.
What a touch it was from Dazzadel to find Mac. And he did have a lot of boost, but it's what he does with it, which is just perfect. Recognises that there's nobody back. Poggy, no boost to his name, and just finds the inner right-hand side of that net. And that will be the equaliser that they will need, because you don't want to be going down in a high-pressure series like this. You need to keep the game close. And there's a chance as the ball goes in towards the middle and Cyanic clears it away. If there's a guy in the middle there, that's probably a better opportunity for them, but not this time.
Yeah, no, very unsuccessful there coming in from Danzazel here. That was a chance to really take the lead in this game and try to get your team through to the next round. Now, Mr. Poggy and going for that 50-50 with Mac here. And now, Rose is going to try to get that control here, but there's a double demolition coming in from the side of Berserkers. They'll have all the control in the world here. And now TBK looking to try to finish off this series here. But Ross has an open shot. Mac is going to be able to get the save. And it just seems like every single piece of pressure here, ever since those 2 goals here have been lackluster here, as Cyanic is now going to try to get something done. Rock now looking for the shot here, and it's going to go to Mr. Poggy, but it's just going to be off here. Lack of conversion here coming in from both sides.
Yeah, I think Rise probably should have scored there. It's a very, very awkward ball for the Thrall's defense, and Rise just couldn't capitalize on it. There's another chance now, double commit, as Dazadel palms that one off to Mac, who puts it back in towards the corner, and Tomalad on the backboard, happy to take his time here. Is that one down the sideline? Cyanic looking for something in towards the midfield, finds Rox. Rox towards the backboard. Is there a follow-up from Poggy? There is. Poggy's going to miss it, and Cyanic can't get a follow-up. That's an open net for Dazadel, though. That's a massive defensive blunder by Rise. You've got to put that away, or you can't afford to commit that last man.
Yeah, brilliant play coming in from Dazadel here, but the last man for the side of Aspire is going 2 up here. And now TBK here with 1 minute left to go. They could see themselves through into this lower bracket round 2 in the play-ins here. As Cyanic now is going to try to take some control here. It's going to take it off the wall to Tomalad here. He's going to send it up high. And now it's going to be into the backboard here. Dazadel is going to be looking for that shot here, but it's going to be unsuccessful. Mac now is going to try to take control, get it into the middle, which he can't do because there's a 50-50 going there. Tomalad is going to get into the middle once again. Dazadel is looking for the shot here, looking for the dunk. And Mr. Poggy is going to be able to get that clear as the final for 30 seconds tick. It just feels like Aspire is not going to be able to see this one through, and it looks like they're going to go home.
Yet they can't afford to keep getting pinned in the defensive position, being 1 goal down. Thralls are a team that are just going to absolutely smother you. But you need to force those plays out the field, and they're just not doing it at the moment. I feel like they're the ones being forced back here, and there you go, Tomalad keeping the ball back in the Aspire half, which is exactly where they want it, and Poggy plays that one towards the right-hand side. Needs to get this one forward, but it's a bit awkward, and it's a follow-up by Dazadel to slow it down. Rock's going to miss that one as well. There's panic from the Rise defense. That's going to come out in towards the midfield. 0 seconds left. No, not quite. It's bounced. Mac plays that one in towards the corner, looking for something towards the midfield. Gets a pinch with Rox. This ball is still up. Dazadel going to miss it with the fake, and Thralls will get the win. What a game that was.
Yeah, no, brilliant game to see off this series as TBK has taken it in 6 games. As Dazadel is going to take the MVP for this game. 1 goal off 6 shots and 60% conversion with an assist as well of the second goal. 2 saves coming in from him as well, and it was brilliant plays coming in from the side of Berserkers. Aspire fought hard here, but it wasn't good enough here. As we see the stats here, 15 goals shared, 9 goals to 6, 54 shots coming from the side of TBK, and 29 for the side of Aspire, as they were forced to 35 saves there going through this series here. 50-50 possession here, so it really was the effectiveness as we see our MVP, who is Dazadel here. 2 goals, 4 assists here with 1,900 points, 7 saves and 5 demos with 19 shots here. Very impressive stats for our MVP.
Yeah, absolutely warranted as well. Even if you take that last game in isolation, just so effective in creating opportunities, creating plays, and he has got great chemistry with his teammates, and that'll be one of the main reasons why he's been so good in that game specifically. You can't really argue with Dazadel in that game, and I missed quite a bit of the series, so I can't talk about the series as a whole, but just very, very effective as a player. Going to cause a lot of problems in future games.
Yeah, no, we're causing a lot of problems in future games indeed now, as we can check through the schedule for the rest of this day so far. So far, we've seen Berserkers take down Aspire 4 games to 2 here. Next up on this stream, we will be seeing Kaiser going against this Thralls team that you've just seen win this series. That'll be a very close game here. The winner of that will move on to Saturday. The loser of that will go home. And then after that, we will see Shadows Eclipse going against Aztecas Chamali here. And we see this is going to be a very enticing series here. And now we're going to go to a quick break here as we go to the next series.
See you then.
Welcome back, everybody, to the RSC Challenger bracket here, as we have a nice one Freezy going here for me here, and we also have Blaze on our screen here. Nice to meet you here going into the series.
Absolutely fantastic game we got coming up for us. Kaizen versus Thralls. Obviously, if you stuck around from the first one, you'll know Thralls obviously won. I believe the score was 4-2 in the end, and Kaizen, obviously, my orgs are going to be some completely unbiased casting here. Absolutely no bias whatsoever from my side. Don't worry, I'll try and keep it as professional as possible.
Yeah, no, we see the schedule here. Obviously, we saw Thralls beating Rise 4-2 here. We will have Kaizen against Thralls right now on the stream. And next, we'll have Shadows Eclipse going against Aztecas Chamali in the upper bracket. And now we go in with the 4-seed SCR going against the winner of the most recent series, Thralls. Thralls, a lot of momentum is they won 4 straight games going into that series against Aspire now. And now, do you think that form that they've just showcased will be effective here going into this series?
Well, I sure hope not. But yeah, no. Obviously, coming off the back of a 4-2 series, obviously there is a lot of confidence that you get, especially obviously the start of that series and the comeback that did happen during the series because Rise went up 2-0, didn't they? And then it was essentially a sweep from there. SCR very, very demo heavy, as we can see from the stream. Obviously, don't. Bit of a spoiler here, STR aren't using their full roster. So you can see Bloody God, Moonface, Dizzy, and from Daryl Sample. Sample from Daryl and Dizzy are not playing today. So we have Blakos being subbed up from a prospect. So you can't use these stats completely, but they definitely give you a good indication of what you can expect.
No, a little bit of substitution coming in from the side of SCR, but the side of Thralls is very much the same as you saw from that last game here. As we now go into predictions here, I see a very interesting series here, but I do believe that momentum that Steam Berserkers did display here will take down SCR's Kaizen here. I think they will take the series in a very close fashion here, but I'm going to go 4 games to 2. I think they see them off in 6.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna SCR have been underestimated the entire series, the entire season, should I say, and overperformed. I'm going to go with a 4-3 in favor of SCR in this game. Why is your entire body a green screen?
Let's come out a great shot, Akko. As we go into game number 1, we should have all the players ready here. Kaizen going up against Thralls here. 2 teams here fighting for their tournament life here. The winner of this game will be able to see themselves into Saturday. The loser of this game will see themselves out of this tournament here. As we go into what is not Neo Tokyo here, we're going into Manfield Night. And we go into game number 1 here. And we have Kaizen in the yellow, Thralls in the red. I'm excited for this series.
Absolutely. It's a decent kick off by Bloody Guard early, but it's going to fall nicely for Mac. Blakos going to get a read on that. Might try and go for a second one. Gets a bump on Dazzadel. It was Tomalad looking to pop this one high. Bloody Guard going to leave this one for Blakos on the sidewall. Going to play a bit patiently. Is Tomalad looking for something and pulls in towards the midfield. And Blake gets a 50, should I say. I'm losing my words here, Mac. Going to get a touch towards the backboard, and Bloody Guard going to play this one towards the right-hand side. Aggressive start from Thralls.
Yeah, very aggressive coming in from the side of Thralls here. SCR with a lot of work to do to get this ball out. As Moonface is going to take it to the other side. Blakos is trying to go look for the shot. He does get a follow-up touch as well. And we'll start off the scoring for SCR.
That's my AGM, baby. What? Yeah, you know what? Probably should do better defensively. I don't think Tomalad expects the quick pop, and Dazzadel just didn't have the positioning to be able to save that one. Blakos, the prospect sub-up, getting the first goal for SCR.
Yeah, no, starting off the story very quickly here for the side of SCR here is Moonface going to try to force it to the back, but Mac will get the clear off into the middle here, but Bloody God will be able to get a touch. Tomalad now to the left side here as Blakos needs to get it to the corner, try taking control, gets the pop over Dazzadel, and now Mac will try to look for the shot, but Moonface will get a booming clear. It's going to go straight to Tomalad, who should get the catch, which he does. Gets it now to the right side wall, and now just lack of pressure coming in from the side of SCR here, and now TBK are going to try to take some control, trying to get this goal back.
Yeah, we see this a lot though with this SCR team. They allow a lot of pressure onto them. It's a demo on Blakos though. That could make things awkward. It's a missed shot by Dazzadel there. Probably a wasted opportunity. But yeah, they allow a lot of pressure and play for those counter-attacks, and they don't mind the ball getting pumped down the field. Bloody God looking for something, doesn't get the flick as Blakos slams that one high, looking for something towards the backboard potentially, fakes it out a little bit, it's awkward in the midfield, it's pinched away off of Max Carr, and Dazzle's there to follow it up. Somebody's not moving. I thought that was a bit strange. Bloody God playing that out, Dazzle going to drop that one down, Moonface pops that one high, and Mac gets the read on the sideboards. Blakos skims that one out towards the sideboard. Bloody God on his own. This could be dangerous. And that's towards the backboard. That's not going to really challenge him as he manages to get that one away. But the pressure could still be on as Blakos going to get beaten out to that one. Max there gets the ceiling read and couldn't get that one on target. Tomalad looking to follow this one up. Moonface on the backboard clears that one away.
Yeah, no, good pressure coming in from the side of TBK here. SCI able to hold their lines, but not for long. As Mac is going to be able to tie up the game with a brilliant shot to the right side.
Yeah, it's a great play by Dazzle there. I don't think anyone expects the power of that pinch except Mac, who gets a beautiful read on it, plays that one in towards the inner right-hand side of the post. It's a great play by Thralls, and that's what's broken the 1-0 lead for SCR Kaizen in this game. Oh, it's a quick flick by Tomalad. Going to get the second one for Thralls. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It just seemed to be a little bit of a kickoff goal. Tomalad with a lot of space.
Yeah, I know, straight off the kickoff here, TBK were able to get some control there. Good flick coming in from Tomalad as now Berserkers have flipped the script of this game and have taken the lead of this game here. Blakos now is trying to look for the shot. Here he does! To the right side. It's a tie game once again.
Blakos, was it just kickoff goal? Oh, the kickoff goal here is Blakos gets a great 50. A little bit, I think the delay kickoff probably threw off the kickoff for Thralls, and he just manages to read it and puts that one in towards the left-hand side of the goal.
Yeah, no, SCI able to force himself to tie up this game. Number one here is now Mac is going to try to get it into the corner, but God's going to get it into the middle, and Tomalad is going to be able to clear it off to the side wall. Blakos now is going to get it into the corner, trying to get it into the middle, but it's going to be unsuccessful here as Dazzle now to the right side. Going to try and get it into the middle once again. Going to get one more touch here to the middle. Tomalad looking for the shot, but Moonface is going to be able to get the save here. Flip reset coming in from Dazzle, but it's going to be very useless here in this situation as Bloody God is going to try and get the shot off, but he's going to go just to the side here. Moonface is going to get into the middle. Blakos looking for the shot here, and it's just going to be unsuccessful once again. Blakos being on fire, even being a sub up here, coming from the prospect here. Bloody God now is going to try and get it into the middle. Dazzle's going to miss here, and it's going to be another miss from Mac. Moonface with the shot, but Tomalad is going to get the save in time. 50-50 with Tomalad and Blakos here. Bombs coming in now. Mac's going to get some control. Has an open net. Blakos with the save. Follow-up is going to be unsuccessful as well. Both teams are able to hold their lines very strong as pressure was coming through.
I don't know if this is a statement about the state of Challenger right now, or what it is, but Blakos, as you say, performing very, very well. Tomalad going to miss that one. Blakos going to get a bump on one as well. Mac looking to play quickly. Moonface was covering the left-hand side of the pitch. Tomalad puts that one in towards the midfield. Dazzle looks for a quick shot that goes high into the backboard instead. He's going to drop down awkwardly to Demo, and Tomalad will get an open net. Great play by Thralls. Sorry, I've got a devil speaking in my ear. Tomalad puts the ball away.
Yeah, great drop down pass coming in from Dazzle here as Tomalad is going to be able to get that free open net here as TBK take the lead once again in this game number one. But Bloody God is trying to get this lead right back. It's going to be a tie game, but a booming click coming in from the side of TBK. Moonface can just get the save. Tomalad with a follow-up shot, and it's 4-2 for TBK. They've doubled up the lead.
Yeah, massive lack of boost there for TBK Thralls. Moonface does what he needs to with that one touch, but Blakos unable to read that bounce. And Tomalad just manages to put it away. Doesn't need any boost in that position. And now it's a 2-goal lead. And we know how dangerous Thralls can be when they start getting momentum. And could we start seeing it here? That's going to be 3 with Dazzle's quick kickoff goal.
Yeah, kickoff goal once again here. Berserkers are scoring goals in quick fashions here as Dazzle can get that hard cheat and the demolition to Moonface. No chance of that goal possibly being saved there as it's 5-2 now for the side of TBK.
Yeah, Mac looking for a Cuxer pinch here. Manages to get a pinch, but not on target like he probably wanted. Moonface looking to play slowly, but can't afford to play it slowly in the face of this TBK roster as Tomalad there just to put that one away.
Yeah, when you get a lead and you double it, your best option is to double it once again, which they're successful in doing here. 6-2 for the side of TBK. full control coming in from the side of Berserkers in game number 1 here, as it's Capitulate coming in from SCR, and Mac now looking for the double tap here. He's going to go low, looking for the follow once again, but Bloody God's going to get control. They're free flowing here in this situation. Tomalad should have this control and should have the save, which he does to the corner. Bombs there coming in from Blakos here, going to get him out of the ball straight away. With control, gonna get the drop down here into the middle, but no one's there to finish off the chances here. Tomalad now is gonna try to flick it on, but Blakos can only get one touch, and it's just gonna be unsuccessful here as Moonface now looking for a shot. Dazzle's gonna get it cleared off. Bloody God looking for the top once again, but Dazzle's there on the backboard once again. Moonface with the clear here, and it's just unsuccessful pressure coming in from the side of SCR.
It just feels like the main problem for SCR right now, I think you'd agree with, is just a lack of boost. They're not controlling this game whatsoever. The ball's being put, they're just being put under so much pressure, potentially panicking in positions where it maybe shouldn't be. Like even you see there, Moonface using a lot of boost to not really do anything with it. And we're not having that issue when we're looking at Thralls, right? They've got so much control, so much pressure, they're not needing to waste the boost. And yeah, it's gonna culminate in a 6-2 victory in game 1, but I think it's fair to say that the game was probably closer than that.
Yeah, it was a very close game, but bits and bobs of this game. But SCR weren't able to hold on to their kickers here. As you see the end game stats, Tomalad definitely taking the MVP with 4 goals on 6 shots. An 800-point game coming from him with 3 saves. The only saves that Berserkers needed to do was 3 saves compared to 5 here. And you see also the disparity in shots as well. 13 shots compared to SCR 6 here. It just shows. And even the field domination, it feels like it was a lot of Berserkers in that game number 1. And they go off to a hot start.
Massive pressure Team Berserkers put on in that game. SCR showed signs of life, but just outclassed in those midfield positions. Potential, like those weird 50-50 challenges in the midfield. The way the ball bounces slightly strange in the midfield. You need to get control of that. That's how you win games, and SCR just didn't do that in this first game. Credit to TBK though. They played extraordinarily well, and they're continuing their form from the first series.
And that form that TBK we're definitely seeing in that previous series against Rise seems like it's came back, and it seems like it has continued as we go into Forbidden Temple now for game number 2 here. Both teams still have a point to prove here. You don't want to be going down in a 2-0 series lead if you're on the side of SCR. Thralls have definitely came back from that situation, but you're not Thralls. You're a different team here as you go into game number 2, all to play for now in the Forbidden Temple.
Absolutely. It's a massive opportunity early for TBK as they're going to slam the ball off of the kickoff, off the corner as well. Not going to follow it up though. Tomalad going to take control of this one instead. Plays it infield to Mac. Mac plays it back to Tomalad. Going to take it himself though. Gets a shot of the crossbar twice and ends up finding its way through. Tomalad, great play, great link-up play with Mac.
Yeah, great link-up play with Mac and a good attempt on the demo as well, just to buy some time for the shots. And 1-0 already to TBK here. They're starting off quick once again like they were doing in game number 1. And they take that early lead as Moonface now is going to take it off with the kickoff into the wall, but it's going to go straight to Tomalad once again. He's going to try to flick it over Blakos, but he gets the bump. Now, Bloody God's going to get straight to the backboard. Max backflipped. Who's going to get that next touch here? It's going to be a 50-50. And now Moonface with the shot. Tomalad with the good save. And Blakos now trying to build some more pressure. Dazzle is going to be able to get this clear now. SCR is able to hold their backline strong, and Tomalad is going to be able to get a counter-attack. It's open, but Blakos is going to be there just in time. SCR able to keep their line strong, but TBK are also doing just as well.
Necessary recovery for Blake there. That would have been a massive opportunity. Bloody God might get a double touch. Going to fake it out. No follow-up as Dazzle flicks that onwards. Moonface goes for a low shot. Dazzle plays that one out towards the right-hand side. Bloody God puts that one in towards the corner. It's pinched over Dazzle where Blake was lurking. Shot towards the goal. Mac gets the save. SCR showing a bit of aggression here, but that might be a last man commit as Bloody God. Not a lot of boost for him. Plays that one in towards the corner. Tomalad there to follow it up off the backboard. It's going to go. Moonface has to get the read. Takes decent control of it. It's gone in towards the corner. Blakos keeping control of this one, looking for something going forward. Decent control by him as Mac there to play that one towards the sidewall. Nobody really there to challenge as he plays it infield to Tomalad. Going to get beaten out. It's a crucial touch by Mac. So I think that might have been goalwards. Mac looking for something off the backboard. Bloody God plays that one in towards the midfield. It can be easy for Tomalad, but he gets 50 by Blakos.
Yeah, no, great plays coming in from both sides here. Dazzle's not going to be able to read off the drop down, but Moonface isn't able to get the shot. Now Mac is going to try to pop this one high. Going to try to get some more control. He's going to look for the shot, and Bloody God is going to be able to keep his body there intact. Tomola now, fake challenging there. Gonna go straight to Dazz. I was looking for the shot here, but it's gonna be unsuccessful. SCR able to keep the line strong here. And Blakos now is gonna try to clear this off now, but Bloody God's gonna have to get there. Now, good touch coming in from Blakos here. And Bloody God's going for the demo here. Moonface now is gonna try to get it to the corner. But everything just seems unsuccessful coming in from SCR going into game 2.
It wasn't a bad bump on Tomalad by Blakos. And once again, we're seeing a bit more of the physical side of this SCR roster. That's 50 towards the backboard. Off the top of Dazzle's car, Blake gets one pop out. It's not got a lot of power on it. It's Mac gonna basically beat out both the SCR defenders. That shot on target. Moonface diving it, but can't save it in the bottom right-hand corner. It's a great shot, but an SCR double commit just leads to that.
Yeah, you're just not stopping Dazzle with that type of shot here. Moonface can't get to that in time, and Berserkers double up their lead, and they have all the control in this series. SCR with a lot of work to do as the center circle calls for them in the temple once again. Bloody God now is going to try and get this double tap. He's going to get it into the middle. Blakos is the only one that can try and go for the shot, but it's going to be a 50 with Mac once again. Dazzle looking for a double tap here, trying to get it into the middle. He does, but no one's there in the middle as Mac was looking for demos and Tomalad was too far back as last. Tomalad now with the shots, going to get it to the bottom corner, and it's now 3-0 TBK.
It's just a little bit easy for TBK right now. They're not really shutting down their opponents. Good play by Tomalad to get that one off the crossbar, but you can't be getting beaten that easily at your front post. I wouldn't be happy with that if I'm SCR. They need to start something going forward.
You know, very disappointed here coming in from SCR in this series as Mac is going to try and look for some control, but he doesn't. Tomalad is going to get up to the backboard. Mac is going to look for the drop down pass, but he can't. Moonface now is going to try and get this clear, which he can't once again. Dazzle's also trying to build some more pressure. Tomalad is going to get it into the middle. No, he can't because Blakos is going to get a booming clear now. Mac is going to get all the control in the world, but he's not going to be able to get this clear once again. SCR trying to build some pressure, and Bloody God now is looking for the shot here. One-on-one with Mac. And it's going to be unsuccessful here as SCR have all the control right now with the ball, but TBK is holding their line strong.
Yeah, TBK just fending off any sort of offense from SCR right now. And once again, they're in the same situation as the last game. They haven't got a panic here as Blakos can get a crucial touch off the backboard, but they haven't got to force anything. They've got a 3-goal lead. The clock's ticking itself away. SCR haven't really shown much. I said it, they've shown a bit of offense early on, but not really anything since. TBK are just happy just to sit back, just sponge up this pressure and capitalize on it. Now, this is a great chance. Bloody God slams it away. Mac probably didn't have the boost to follow it up as Moonface pops it high towards the SCR corner. And it's Moonface going to try and follow it up. Mac looking for something towards the backboard, gets a 50 instead. Blakos looking to follow it up, goes under one, gets a 50, and couldn't beat out Dazzle in the end. Bloody God forced to clear it away, but this is what I'm talking about. Oh, it's a good shot now, but yeah, it's just TBK just soaking up so much pressure and then just capitalizing on open nets and mistakes. And this is a chance, but not enough power.
Yeah, no, everything's connected for TBK here. That momentum that they did have going in from that Aspire series seems to have come into full fruition here as Tomalad's going to receive off the pass here by Moonface here as it's going to be controlled by Mac now. Drop down pass attempt here coming from Mac. Tomalad's going to get control, but Dazzle needs to get this recovery now as now the counter attack is very possible now for the side of TBK and SCR here. Now Dazzle now is going to get a touch here. It's off to the side wall. SCR now need to get a goal, 2 goals in regulation time, but it's not seeming possible as time has fallen. Game number 2 is going to go to TBK. SCR with a lot of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Second half of that game, they definitely looks a bit more solid. But first half... Timeout. Yeah, absolutely. SCR have called their timeout, and you can't blame them. Obviously, you have to say, probably, I think, arguably destroyed 2 games back-to-back. They had quite a lot of pressure on them. You're gonna need a reset. You're gonna need to talk about it. You're gonna need to change things up. I don't know where Blake's just left, but I'm sure that will be explained soon enough. But yeah, SCR second half of that game definitely more solid, but the first half there's just so much work to do.
Yeah, no, a ton of work to do there going into the rest of this series here, as you can't be giving up sloppy goals like that, especially in the play-ins with your tournament life on the line. A lot of work to do when it comes to their attack and their defense on the side of SCR. But for TBK, everything is connecting for them in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, TBK, they're just linking up so well. Probably the pressure of playing on stream probably has settled for them a little bit. They've already played a game on stream. They won obviously 4-2, and I suppose the worst case scenario, excuse me, for TBK right now is if what they did to their opposition happens to them, which is obviously going two goals down and then winning 4-2, which I wouldn't mind myself. But yeah, no, TBK playing very well. SCR, lots of work to do going into the next game.
Yeah, and I'll see. But now it's time to discuss, time to infer what your game plan is going into this next game. But if you're SCR right now, what do you think the real main issue is for them? Because it seems like it's a bit of both offense and defense coming in from this SCR team.
I think generally in these sorts of positions that stems from communication. We're seeing double commits, we've seen positional errors, and that's normally because you're not communicating with your teammates. You're not telling them if they got time, you're not telling them where you are, and so they don't know if they could take a risky challenge, one that might end up getting flinged straight back towards your half. And we've seen a lot of those, just the open nets that manage to squeeze their way in just because the opponent, just because your last man wasn't as back as he maybe should have been, and those double commits need to be cut out. Boost management, especially, they need to take some control of this ball. They're just under so much pressure. They've got basically no control over it, and that is what, in my opinion, I'm not sure if you agree. I'm not sure if you want to add anything, but I think that's what's causing them the most issues right now.
Yeah, no, I think that's just what it is, really. And also with me, when they get in offense, they just don't have enough mechanics or anything when it comes to actually controlling the ball here. They're just looking for a straight up shot here. But in this tier, you're not expecting just booming clears and booming shots to just go in. It feels like you need more control, more demos, more destructive gameplay to be able to get away with a style like that here. As the timeout is now over, we need to get the players now back into the DFH now. Everything, the strategies need to be inferred. They need to get ready for everything that is to come.
Yeah, absolutely. No time now like the present as we go into game number 3. SCR on the back foot, but still chances. They're still creating chances. TBK with all of the momentum right now. We'll see how that progresses into game number 3. SCR need to cut out the kickoff goals as well. This could be another one. It's a decent 50 by Bloody God. Ball gone up towards the sidewall, looking for something in towards the midfield. Blakos is the first man up. Not a bad touch by him, but not going to be able to follow it up to be out Mac. Dazadel with control here, plays it out to Mac. Shot towards the goal. Moonface palms it away with relative ease.
Yeah, relative ease coming in from Moonface here. As now TBK are trying to build some more pressure here. And Mac now is going to get a dunk here, but it's going to go straight to Bodyguard here. And now Blakos needs to answer some questions here. We see the card change here from the Fennec to the Octane. Is that something that they might have seen? The mental might have just reset. The satisfaction for the game might have also changed when it comes to a card change here. Now, Mac with the redirect here. Blakos is going to get a semi-clear here. He's going to go straight to Dazzle. He's trying to get some control of this ball. And Tomalad now is going to try and get one touch here. Moonface looking for the shot. And Mac's going to be able to clear it up to the top of the ceiling here. Both sides are really building some pressure in this game, but the Lions are staying strong.
Sorry, I'm just a little bit speechless. I don't think I've seen Blake play Octane since we started playing this game. As Moonface slams that one upfield. It's a bit of a double demo on each other by Blakos and Dazadel as Bodyguard looking for something in towards the midfield. Not going to be able to get it as Mac touches that one out towards the sidewall. Looks for an infield pass. Blakos, I don't know what's happened with him. He's disconnected or something. He's AFK. That's towards the backboard. Bodyguard looking for something. Moonface clears it away. And Dazadel with control of this one flicks it up behind him. Gets a massive bump shot towards the goal, and they're not going to be able to save it. Well, I don't know what happened to Blake, though.
Yeah, no, very unfortunate here, but we do see here that his game has crashed here. So he most definitely need a pause here as he lost connection of the game here. And this time, our streamer actually pauses the game. And now we have to see what happens here with this game. I don't think the goal is going to stand here as the game had crashed, as the goal had been scored here.
Yeah, it's actually worse than that. His entire PC crashed. He had a blue screen. So that's not what you want in this game. Especially with all the pressure, obviously being 2 goals down in the series already, having something like that happen can just shake you a little bit. You know what I mean? Just offset your momentum a little bit. It can just make you not like it can make you uncomfortable, I think, because you start to get into a flow state and then you get interrupted by something like that. It's like hitting a brick wall.
Yeah, no, indeed. As the 5-minute tactical timeout now starts up here. 5 minutes here to fix up Blakos's game. He did have the blue screen there going to be a crashed PC there. It's really unfortunate to see there, as we've had such a good game so far here. It's been back and forth and end to end, but this crash is now really going to cancel off all momentum that either team had.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Blake was expressing his frustration in the chat there. I won't be repeating that, but yeah, no, it has been very end to end in this game 3. It seems like that they were a bit rejuvenated after their timeout, looking a bit more offensive, putting some decent shots on. Obviously, neither team able to break their way through. Blaze, let Blakos hop on your PC. Loki might be a strategy. Take on for the team. Hey chat, GG's, that's my streaming career done. No, but yeah, no, take going down an injured player football sort of momentum. I think arguably this is going to harm SCR more than it's going to help them. But here we are, Blake is back in the game.
You know, we're back in the game here. I feel like it's going to be, I think we should be able to restart this game very soon now. It's going to argue about the time and the score here. And now, yeah.
It means stop it. It means yeah. So sorry, there's a bit of confusion in chat.
The technical timeout. That's what it's talking about here.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, the game is going to restart at 0-0 with 3 minutes 35 seconds remaining, and was it 1-0? Yeah, sorry, restart 1-0. With Thralls obviously getting that goal. It doesn't happen if Blakos doesn't DC. It did DC well before the goal went in. It was quite significantly before. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll trust the professionals behind the scenes. I'm just here to cast. I'm happy to yeah, fair enough. I can understand their frustration.
Yeah, no, it's very antagonizing, really, when it comes to
Oh,
this
okay.
type of thing.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
they're also they're saying 0-0 as well. You know what? I've got a lot of respect. I've got a lot of respect for that. Thralls opting to allow this game to be changed till 0-0. I've got a lot of time for that. I'm ready to get going when everyone else is. And I'll let you bring us back in, Tino.
Yeah, no, everyone's back now. Everyone's ready to get into this game here. We will restart at 3 minutes 45. Back into the center circle. It's 0-0. The goal won't stand. And Bloody Gun and Tomalad will start off this kickoff as Blakos looks for the shot here. And Dazazel is going to be able to get it cleared here. And now off to the corner here for Dazazel with full control of this ball. And now it's restarting of the mental is very much the key priority going into this game number 3. Answers need to be asked for this side. They've used the timeout now. They've already burned that up, and now you just need to use that and capitalize.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably. It's a chance for SCR here. Blakos recovers though, and Dazzadel manages to get back. Couldn't beat him out with the flick either, as Matt going to dive straight past that and pick up that mid. Didn't get the mid boost. Going to pick up the corner boost instead, as Tomalad's the last man back, puts that one out in towards the corner. Blakos slams that one deep. Dazzadel's there, puts that one towards the backboard when Moonface is lurking. Tomalad on the left-hand side, going to try and play his one towards the midfield. Blakos gets a read on it. It's going to go low, though. Dazzadel couldn't follow it up to put that one away. Blakos gets the clearance. Huge chance for TBK.
Yeah, huge shots coming in from the side of TBK here. Blakos now taking control here, and Bloody God is going to be able to take it off to the corner with a booming clear. And Dazzle and Mac are going to double commit here in this chance here. Moonface is going to take it off to the side here. And it's just not going to be successful here. Mac with the redirect off to the backboard. Tomalad looking for the shot, but Bloody God's going to be there quicker in time here as Blakos now is going to try fake this off, but Bloody God is going to get the flick, but it's going to get cleared over by Mac to the other side here. Both sides here really fighting for this game here as it's still 0-0 with 2 minutes 20 seconds left. Open net coming in for the side of TBK, and Dazzle's going to be able to convert the chance, and it's 1-0.
Yes, great physical play by Thralls. Obviously, Tomalad recognizing there's a one-man back post, and Jezadel manages to slot that one into the bottom right. Maybe justly, you could argue, after what happened with the disconnect. But Thralls get back, and it's 1-0 to them.
Yeah, 1-0 TBK. Even after the disconnect here, they still has control here. Dazzle's going to try to drop this down. And Mac now is going to try to get this 50 here with Moonface now going to be able to get full control of this ball. SCR needs to get this goal here. They can't be down 3-0 after going for a timeout. Once again, it's wide open. Bodyguard looking for the getting demoed here. But Tomalad can't get this in. Dazzle now into the middle for Moonface and Max to fight for this ball. It's going to be unsuccessful here. Bodyguard now looking for the shot as Dazzle's going to get a moving clear straight up as Blakos is now going to try to drop this down here. Looking for some control of this ball. No one's actually going to get the touch here. Mac now has an open net. And it's 2-0.
Yeah, just a chain of whiffs. That led to Dazzle being able to play it downfield to Mac. I don't think Bodyguard expected that to happen either. Just all the players driving around it, and Thralls will go up 2-0. In a bit anticlimactic fashion, one might argue, but it's a 2-0 nonetheless. Sometimes it doesn't matter how you play. Sometimes the only thing that matters is the end result. They're not going to ask how you played in the game, are they? They're going to ask how you got there. And it's another chance for TBK, but couldn't find their way through.
All stay strong for the side of TBK here as they have not let a goal go through in this game. Mac now is going to be able to get some control, trying to look for the flick over one, trying to force it past two, but Bodyguard's going to be able to stay strong here as Tomalad now is going to try to get it into the middle, but Dazzle's going to try to get a booming clear off to the side. Now, Bodyguard looking for the shot, off to this crossbar, Moonface with a follow-up, and it will be successful here as it's 2-1 now. SCR cut the lead in half.
Yeah, Bodyguard doing basically everything himself there. Gets the pop-up, Moonface positioned well. Moonface gets the read as well and manages to pop that one away. Keeping this game closer than some of the other ones, you have to say. And it's a chance for SCR now to keep themselves going forward. Mac plays that one towards the backboard. Shot towards the goal, and what a read from Mac. That is a beautiful shot by Mac. What a play by him.
Yeah, beautiful shot from Mac off the kickoff to regain the lead there for TBK. Off the corner there, straight into the net. It's wide open as well to capitalize on it as the center circle now calls us once again with TBK restoring the lead.
Matt gets a read towards the backboard. Blake's going to steal the boost there, take control. Oh, going to leave it for Moonface. I didn't see him on my screen there. Ball goes towards the backboard. Bloodyguard is there. Gets the reset, but not going to be able to get anything with that. Blake plays it back towards Bloodyguard. Bloodyguard pops it high. May have to follow this. It's cleared away by Dazzadel. Looking for something in towards the midfield. It's a bit awkward for them as Moonface puts that one towards the goal. It's Blakos. Probably did more help for TBK than helping his own team there. Moonface looking to put this one in towards the midfield. Demo on Dazzadel as Bloodyguard pops that one out. Blakos looking for a shot here. Ball towards the sidewall. Mac with the read to skim that one downfield. And it's going to be Bloodyguard with control here. Plays that one out towards the left-hand side. Looking for something in towards the midfield. Pinched away into the corner.
Yeah, no final seconds here. Booming clear for the side of SCR, but Tomalad will get the clear as the ball doesn't matter whether it goes in or touches the floor. It will be a TBK game once again. They will get on to match point here. They're one game away from taking the series on a sweep.
Yeah, huge by TBK, obviously, with a disconnect. Obviously, you can't help a disconnect, but that Thralls weren't phased by it. It didn't offset anyone's momentum, really. Game probably ended how it would have anyway. I got a lot of respect for Thralls, though, for allowing SDR to go back to 0-0. Fair play to them, like, hats off if I was wearing a hat, but I'm not, so here we are. But yeah, no, fair play to Thralls. And Kaizen, they sometimes it takes a while for the timeout buff to kick in. We'll have to see how they do. We'll have to see how they continue. I've still got faith. I might be the only one who does.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely going to be a struggle to climb back from this lead here with a lot of disadvantages coming in from the side of SDR. They've had to sub up somebody here. They haven't got the timeout buff on their favor. Thralls are on fire right now. They've won their last 7 games of Rocket League here as we head into the Utopia, looking to make it 8. If they win this game, you will see them on Saturday. And with this form, there'll be such a huge threat going into this lower bracket run. And now both teams are ready to play this game once again 5 minutes of Rocket League here in the Utopia Coliseum, and it's either a starting of a reverse sweep or a perfect sweeping score. We'll see what happens in this game number 4.
Yeah, SCR have lots of work to do. We said it in the last game. There's even more work to do for them now. Dazadel pops that one high. Mac looking for a read here. As it's been Moonface who shuns that one out quite easily. Bodyguard going to try and play it across the goal. That's really awkward for Blakos. He gets demoed by Tomalad. Mac, not a lot of boost here to try and keep this one up. We're going to leave it for Dazadel. We're going to get 50. That might be an open net for SCR. Mac's got a boost, but can he make the ball? He can't make the ball. And Blakos will get the goal for SCR.
Yeah, SCR caught that rotation perfectly here. Dazzle's trying to get in that touch. Blakos with the instant challenge. And neither TBK players are back to defend it there. Booming click coming in from Blakos and starting off the scoring for SCR.
Bit of a slow kick off by TBK there. Maybe threw it off. Mac waited at the boost to be able to follow this, but he saves it. He saves it off his teammate anyway. Moonface with control, gets over 1, and SCR are going to go 2-0 up. Is this the start of something, or is this just delaying the inevitable, Tino?
I don't believe what I've seen there. Brilliant flick coming in from Moonface to be the last man, but Mac has saved his teammate's shot there. And it's just been double commits coming in from TBK this whole series long, and this is the first time we've seen it be punished rather than be rewarded, and TBK now have a mountain to climb.
Yeah, Blakos now forced to try and take control of this. Tomalad looking for something. It's going to go out towards the middle where Bloody Guard was lurking, and Blakos jumps for that as well. Ball goes towards the backboard. Moonface slams that one away. Dazadel pops this one high in towards the midfield. Ball goes across the pitch. Tomalad couldn't get that one in towards the goal. Blakos slams that one down the field. Blakos going to pick up the boost as well. Tomalad plays that one out towards the sidewall. Blakos just going to keep control of this. It's good play by him. SDR finally slowing it down. I think they're stopping the overcomplicating it.
Yeah, no, other complications aren't happening anymore but now, see, TBK now with a lot of work to do here. SCR are able to get some control here. Now, Moonface, booming clear, perfect shot! And it's 3-0 now for the side of SCR.
Are we watching the same TBK team? It feels like that the roles have reversed a little bit. Just an open net, ball getting slammed down the field, and Moonface gonna get the third for Kaizen. And Blakos and Mac on the kickoff now. Bloody God gonna grab that side boost, and it's gonna be followed up by Tomalad, who's gonna get 50'd by Moonface. That ball goes towards the back ball. That's not the best touch though. It's gonna find the man in the middle, which was Dazadel, as Tomalad plays that one out towards the corner, and Blakos there to cut that one away. Bit of a triple commit by SCR, but not punished as nobody really dived at it. Moonface plays this one high. Blakos might be able to get a read of his life here. Gets the reset, but couldn't send that one on target.
Yeah, no, struggling here from TBK now as SCR with all the control. This is the stuff that we were supposed to see. And now it's 4-0 on the side of SCR. They have all the control in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. TBK just getting broken down here. It's a great play by Moonface, obviously set up by Bloody God. But something needs to change with this TBK roster. It feels like that they've fallen apart since the last game. Maybe it's a confidence thing, potentially overconfidence, as Blakos slams that one out towards the sidewall. Or maybe SCR realised that the result of this game doesn't matter, as Moonface might get another one. It's on the post. Look for Blakos to follow. It's going to be an open net. It's Moonface gets a demo on Mac. SCR. I don't know what's going on with this team, but hey, I mean, all I say is I said Thralls would get 3. I didn't say what order it'd be.
Yeah, no, complete domination coming in from the side of SCR here. 5-0. And it's not even clicked half time yet, as Tomalad's now going to take the air dribble. Going to go straight up into the air here. Blakos now is looking for a double tap off the corner. He doesn't get the touch here, but he's going to try and force the middle now. Mac is going to be able to get a booming clear now off to Tomalad here. And Moonface is going to get a booming clear once again. The SCR playstyle is now working this time. But that's a brilliant challenge coming in from Dazzle. Can he get a shot off? No, he can't. Bloody God that can get back in time. That's one of those chances that you need to score to just the flipping momentum. Not exactly to take the game here. And now SCR with all the control, they just missed that shot here. And no, the script of this series really feels like it can most definitely flip on its head.
Absolutely, but 5 goals is a massively tall order. Obviously, I say that we've seen Thralls get 6, but Not with half of the game left. The Blakos looking to try and get a bump on Tomalad. Does just that. Tomalad's got a reset though. Mac with this free shot slams it high. Moonface can't do anything about it. Bloody God on the backboard looking for a save. Going to be a beautiful placement by Dazadel. But it might be too little too late. It might be too little too late. Or they might be giving the one for the Brazil. You never know.
Yeah, no, if there's one thing that you should most definitely think about if you're really trying to go for a 5-goal comeback, is if they've scored 5, you can most definitely score 5 as well here. 1 minute 49 here, it's 5-1 to SCR here. SCR had all the control here, but TBK can get this goal here to try to flip some momentum, to try and show themselves, hey, we're still that team that have taken this series up to 3-0 here, as Matt gets the dunk as well, and they now can try to build some pressure, try and get some control going into this game. Shot now coming in from Tomalab, but it's going to be unsuccessful, but he guy's going to be there, and you just feel like SCR will just take full control.
Yeah, the clock ticking down for TBK in this game. May not be a perfect sweep for them as Blakos pops this one high, looking for something in towards the midfield. Pops it out as Tomalad slams that one away. Bloody God looking for something. Ball goes towards the corner. Bloody God there with control. Dazadel looking for an early challenge. Couldn't get it over him. Bloody God. And Blakos doing whatever Blakos wants to do, apparently, as he's got control over it. And the ball goes out. Dazadel gets a touch on that one. Ball 50 down in the midfield, slamming towards the left-hand side. Ball goes towards the left, and it's Bloody God plays that one out. Moonface is there to try and keep this pressure up. Matt gets a beat on him, and Blakos puts that one away. And Dazadel, with control, pops it high. Chance as Bloody God slams that one away.
Yeah, no, chaos is happening here in this game here, but it's too little too late for TBK as well. Tomalad looking for the shot here, and he hits the crossbar and down, bouncing out. And now, Bloody God now, trying to look for some control. Mac is looking for more control. Dazadell's trying to look for the shot. It's going to be unsuccessful here. Moonface once again is going to be there. Now, it's going to be Bloody God here, off to the left side here. Bumped off now, and now just SCR going to be able to kill off this clock. And this game will be over.
Yeah, in dominant fashion from SCR. Bloody God, nearly gets a double touch. Couldn't quite do it. Yeah, dominant fashion from SCR. Blaze is very happy right now, I agree. As Max gonna put that one down. SCR get one back. Spence said he's got football now, he better come back to a reverse sweep. I completely agree with the Moonface carry. That would be the ideal situation, wouldn't it, chat? Moonface obviously carrying in this game with the 3 goals he got. Blakos outperforming his... it's an instant timeout from Thralls after losing 1 game. Is that to try and slow down SCR's momentum, do you think?
Very interesting coming in from the side of TBK. They do have 3 lives, but they decide to use their timeout now. Very interesting coming in from TBK there. 2 minutes of discussion for that side, and they're trying to cancel off some momentum and try to see off the series. I'm excited to see what happens now after the timeout's been called very early.
Yeah, absolutely. An instant timeout is not something you see very often. Replace game 6 with a different map. Maybe I hate Neo Tokyo. Lukey, give us Paris. But yeah, no. I wouldn't mind the Paris map. It's actually good. It's Loki clean. But yeah, no. Kaizen, we said they had a lot to work to do, and they proved it in that game. They proved they've got something to give. I'm not entirely sure if Kaizen played really, really well, or if Thralls played slowly. There wasn't really much to tell in that game. Thralls did seem a bit overconfident though. They were throwing their last man forward, and that's what punished them in the end.
I mean, if one team scores 5, I think it's a mix of both great offense and bad defense coming in from this both teams side here. And now we see 3-1 for Berserkers, but Berserkers have called their timeout now. Both teams now using their timeout here. Could you see TBK trying to use their timeout and try to get a timeout buff to see out the series? Or do you think it's time for SCR to really show what they have to try to attempt this reverse sweep?
You know what? I think even though they have lost 1 game, TBK I'm talking about, I don't think that the momentum is necessarily with SCR. Obviously, that feels like a massive one-off in terms of Thralls' performance. Thralls are a team that you don't just go out and beat 5-1, for example, a team that potentially you can get Brazil against. That's not something you look at that team and think. I don't think that's going to be a constant trend, but I think now maybe SCR's mental is a little bit higher. Obviously, still a lot of pressure needing 1 game to, losing 1 game. Obviously, that'd be it for them. But there's still a lot of pressure. But I think now they know what they can achieve against a team who might be feeling a bit overconfident right now.
Yeah, no, most definitely. It feels like something that you need to show yourself here as they're trying to move on in the bracket once again. Obviously, as everyone knows here, the winner of this match will move on to the SAP Championship Saturday here, but the loser of this match will go home. Those of you who are coming back here, it's currently 3-1 to Team Berserkers here. Berserkers are now calling their timeout very early. 2 minutes of discussion here, and now the time is ticking down here. We go into the dusk of Beckwith Park here. We hear the background from Blaze here. We hear the good vibes coming in from the team of SCR. Tournament lives on the line here. They need a game. They need to win this game. Absolutely. The teams are back in, and let's begin game number 5. 5 minutes of Rocket League to prove who you are.
Absolutely, 5 minutes of Rocket League to keep yourselves in this series. Bloody God gets a 50 towards the left-hand side. Blakeos hunting down Mac as Moonface with chance here. Looks for a double touch, gets it under the crossbar from an insane angle. And SCR go 1-0 up instantly.
Yeah, no, wonderful angle coming in from Moonface here to start off this game. Beautiful double tap from the side of SCR. And it seems for TBK, the momentum that they were trying to get from this time up just hasn't worked already.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems to have gone in the opposite favour, just giving SCR a chance to maybe come down from their high and let them recenter as Bloody God looking for something in towards the midfield. And it's going to be a slam by Dazadel down the field. No boost for him, gets 50 by Moonface. Out and towards the midfield, a smack slams that one downfield. It's a Ronzi touch out and towards the midfield by Blakeos as Moonface and Bloody God both diving it out. And Bloody God still might be there for the follow though. Gone past him as Moonface just clears that one away. No need to mess around with that one in your own half.
Yeah, no sloppy work can be done here in your own half here, as you need to show who you are in this game and in this series here. Blakeos now is going to fake this off for Moonface here. He's going to get control of the ceiling. Gets past one here. Blakeos now is looking for the touch here. Can they get the double tap? No. Mac is going to be the only one that's going to be there on the backboard. Dazazel is trying to look for the shot, but it's not going to be on target here. As now Bloody God is going to try to take control of this ball, looking for Blakeos for the shot, and it's going to be unsuccessful once again. The cagey game here and it's back and forth, but SCR do have the lead.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It was good control by Bloody God. Obviously, being the last man back, having two players diving at him. That's an infield pass towards Tomalad. Not able to read it with the boost he has. Looking for something off the ceiling. Gets that one down. Bloody God going to miss that. Moonface, the last line of defense, gets 50'd. It's awkward for both Blake and Bloody God. Bloody God, the one who gets touched in the end of whiff by Mac, gets it over Tomalad. Tomalad with control still. Moonface there with dunk in towards the corner. This is going. Mac plays that one high out in towards the midfield. Blakeos with control, gets it over one. Gets a 50 of Mac as well. This is a dangerous position for SCR. That's going to come off the crossbar, and Tomalad just seams that one away. Blake got double chopped, double blah, blah. I had a meltdown. Mac slams that one away. Trust me, that's not the first meltdown I've had if you check my TikTok. Moonface 50s that one in the midfield, and SCR with all of the pressure right now.
SCR with all the pressure and the lead as well. TPK needs to answer some questions here. Demolition coming in from Dazazel onto the back lines. Bump again now on that back line. Same again. Mac looking for the shot here. He's going to hit the post. Moonface bangs himself on the post and Dazazel scores and we have a tie game.
Yeah, it's great play by Mac. Just I don't think that's such an awkward touch, isn't it? Just to squeeze that one on to the front post. Yeah, it makes users making me laugh, asking why Blakeos is looking so soulless on camera. He's not looking soulless, he's just locked in. This is what we look like. He's going to move around as well. You're going to see that if we focus on him enough time. That's a 50. Dazadel. Bit awkward as in towards the midfield it goes. Mac was there. Bloody God clears that one away. SCR still with this. Blake looking to get the follow. Gets beaten up by Tomalad. And Moonface there just to keep control of this one. Mac still down the line as Moonface gets an awkward touch. He's going to be able to follow that one up. Passes out. Dazadel with the shot. Saved by Bloody God.
Yeah, no chaos is happening here now as it's 1-1 here. SCR's Tomalad life is on the line once again. Now, cleared off to the left side here as it drops down from the ceiling here. TBK trying to build some pressure here as Tomalad looks for the shot here. Everyone's missed on the side of SCR. And Dazazel is able to get it only to the right side because SCR's final wall is able to keep himself safe. Now, Tomalad was trying to go up for this, but he misread the ball where it is. Blakeos now trying to get some control, but he's unsuccessful in doing that as Dazazel is able to get the challenge. Tomalad now is going to be able to get 50-50 off to the wall. Mac and Bloody God is able to miss. It's a wide open net for Blakeos. Dazazel's off the respawn, gets the save in time, and now it's up to SCR to build some pressure.
Yeah, tries to fake out Dazadel a little bit. That's a bit awkward for Blakos. He's not good. The best touch. That's off the backboard. Dazadel looking to get that one in towards Mac, who was flying in, and Blakos going to lead that on for Moonface. Deals with it well. Moonface looks to put this one out. Dazadel goes low with that, looking for a shot towards bottom right-hand corner. That's off the post demo as well. Moonface trying to get down to alleviate some of the pressure, but there's still a person there. Mac diving it. No chance for him to get that one past the last defender, though. Tomalad on the backboard. Gonna just palm that one away, and Moonface looking to follow this one up in towards the midfielders. Mac just goes, nope, I'm not dealing with that, and just slams it into the path of Blakos, but Dazadel's still there to keep the pressure up in it. SCR looking well better in it.
Yeah, SCR looking very much the better team right now, as they now hold on to that line here, as they try to get one more goal here so they can try and force a game 6. Mac is going to be able to clear onto the backboard here, as Dazazel needs to try and get a counter attack going. Mac now is looking for the 50 here, drop down straight to Tomalad here. SCR needs to hold on quickly because they cannot be conceding. Mac with a brilliant shot, Moonface with the best save. Now Dazazel's going to try and get it up to the right side. Tomalad is looking for the shot here. Triple team, triple commit there. And now it's going to go into the middle. Mac looking for the shot. Blakos with the save. And it's brilliant defense coming in from SCR. They're holding on with their life. Mac now with the shot. It's in. And TBK take the lead.
There is only so long you can sustain that level of pressure. And it just caught. Yeah, they did so well to keep it out for that long. But the ball just finds its way in after Mac's shot. 27 seconds for SCR to keep themselves alive, but the momentum is back with TBK, and this could be problematic now early as the ball... Oh, it's a cell team bump! There's a chance for SCR. These are 50. Bodyguard's there for the follow. Can't send this one on goal. As Dazadel puts it out, Moonface there for the 50. Double commit by SCR. And it's Mac on the right-hand side. Bodyguard there to try and keep control. Mac can't read it. Ball pinched out. Dazadel is there. Blakos tries to keep this one up. Ball goes down. Moonface is there to keep this one alive. Looking for something. Ball against the backboard. Can Bodyguard follow? Max missing. This ball's still not dead. And Tomalad going to keep that one down. And Thralls are victorious.
Yeah, Thralls victorious in this series. They will take the gentleman sweep 4 games to 1. And you have to give credit to Dazazel in that final series to be able to hold on to that lead that they had late in the game there, as he takes MVP of that game here. A goal on 4 shots here with 1 assist and a save as well. 7 demos coming in from the side of TBK, 3 for SCR, and SCR's tournament will end here. But however, for Berserkers, we will see them on the Saturday here as we see the team stats here. More pressure coming in from Berserkers here, and the saves were very prominent for SCR here. They needed to hold on to their backlines a bit too much here as we go to see our MVP for the series. And I think we know who it is here, but we just need to get some confirmation here for who's the MVP.
Who is it? Drumroll, please.
It is Dazazel once again here. 5 goals with 5 assists on 7 saves. 1,900 points once again. Just a solid player going in for that Team Berserkers team. He was so solid and so persistent in this series, as Berserkers will take the series.
Yeah, you know what? Credit to Berserkers. Played really, really well. Arguably the better side. More offensive. But you know what? SCR sound pretty happy in the background, so you can't argue with that. A team that was predicted 10th makes it into play-in, like 10th in the conference, obviously, makes it to play-ins. Moonface played absolutely incredibly. I think obviously subbing a player up made it more difficult. Might need to give Moonface a raise for that carry. But you're all haters. Dazadel, I genuinely, it was between you and Tomalad. I guess Tomalad, right? I got 50-50. But yeah, nah. Credit to Thralls. They're gonna go very, very far.
Yeah, no, I see them going for this tournament here because they've been playing so good and they have so much momentum as well. I hope they can keep on this momentum as we go into on Saturday here. This series has come to an end as well, as we can go check the bracket once again as we see more changes here coming in from both sides here. As we saw earlier on today, we saw Thralls take that 4-2 win against Aspire's Rise. And then just now we see Thralls take that 4-1 win against SCR's Kaizen here to advance to that lower bracket. The playoff spots are getting filled up here. And now one more series for the side for this challenger players here, as we have Shadows Eclipse going against Aztecus Chamali here. And that's really been just a brilliant series.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Obviously, this is me saying my goodbyes. That's me done for today. Obviously, good luck to I believe it's Char taking over me now. So best of luck, Char. I hope MPB lose absolutely everything. And have a lovely, lovely day.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching this player match. We'll be back in the playoffs and the interrupted
Welcome back, everybody, to the rsc-eu stream. We're here for another matchup, our final matchup here of the day, chart. It is going to be Shadow Eclipse taking on Azteca Chimali. Two upper bracket teams, two teams who have done well across the season. Only one of them can move forward in this upper bracket.
Yeah, we've seen already 2 games tonight, and Frolls, they make their run into the top 8, into Saturday with a 4-2 over Rise and a 4-1 over Kaizen. And now, like you said, we're going into that upper bracket with Eclipse versus Chimali. And yeah, we'll see how this one does end. Those last 2 series, I didn't get a chance to watch them, but I'm sure they were very, very good series, and I'm sure this one will be as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be. We're going to have a great match here. And yeah, when we look at these sort of teams, I'm not sure what sort of graphics Abdul's got prepared for us to run through here. We've got some team stats to go through, Char. 4th versus 2nd, I believe that is 3rd, and it's just due to the tiebreakers. Sorry, the head-to-head not showing up. So it's Azteca who, they did pretty well in their conference, finishing 2nd. Shadow getting 3rd on their side of the conference as well. But yeah, it's a good season that you can ask for here, and now it's moving forward to stay in that upper bracket. I mean, what do we look at here with these rosters?
I do want to quickly correct you. Shadow did actually finish 4th. It was because of the illusory disqualification.
Yeah.
So they did actually finish 4th. So maybe there's question marks around them. Yeah. That's why they're up here in the upper bracket. So maybe there's
Stop there. Abdul, shut up and stop talking in my ear. Thank you. Char, okay. What were you saying?
Maybe there's question marks about whether they should actually be up here in the upper bracket, but they'll be looking to prove that they definitely deserve this spot. And yeah, looking to take this series against a very, very solid Azteca roster.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. It certainly is. Now it's time to do some predictions, Char. And I mean, first of all, what are you going for here?
Oh, that's a great question. Hadn't really thought about this. So this is literally an instant decision right now. Purely because of the outfit that George has got on, which you'll see when we get player cams. I'm going 4-2 Azteca. I can't say no to that outfit, man.
Well, give me 4-2 to Azteca as well. I think this is going to be a great series, with all respect to Shadow, but Azteca, the power of the outfit, the power of those players, the power of having an 1800 peak on your team. It's very, very good, as we saw on the last week chart. It's very good having a 1900 peak on your team, as people made us very aware. But yeah, moving on into game number 1 here, Manfield Knight, and yeah, I mean, as we segue into this series, it's going to be time to take to the field here for both of these teams. So I mean, we've got players with lots of experience at this level. We've got players with not very much experience at this level, and this is more so their first seasons in one of these higher tiers. It's time to throw down in the upper bracket here as we get underway with game number 1.
Yeah, you've got storied players on both of these sides. Tank being that player that just a few seasons ago was on that illusory roster that just completely dominated the challenger tier alongside Ronan and Pears. Mr. Efficiency as well, been around for a very long time, a very solid player for a very long time. Actually came 2nd in that season to Tank, I believe, or it might have been the season after. So yeah, some storied players on the side of Shadow, and on the side of Azteca, I don't know as much about their players, but I think Mars on Earth was rival last season or a couple seasons ago. I'm not too sure, so should be a very, very interesting matchup as we're almost a minute into the game and nothing's really happened yet. Neither team has either really threatened the other one.
Yeah, not so much just yet. You've got the likes of Mistrack on this Azteca roster, who played in Academy for Azteca last season, ended up getting reverse swept out of the playoffs by Team Serene. So not the best ending last season, and going to try and have a better playoffs this time here in Challenger. And already the pressure's being put on, but not quite going to give way here on the side of Chimali. They go down the other end. They're going to look to strike as Mars throws it towards the back wall, but yeah, just cleared away once again here, Char. And like you said, it's just both teams having a bit of a go to set the pace for this first matchup of the upper bracket. And, well, both teams coming up blank so far.
Yeah, Refx trying to take that one off the wall. I'm gonna pronounce it Refx. I hope that's the best way to pronounce it. Taking it forward.
I'd be wrong, so.
Oh, 100%. Mistrak now off the backboard. Not a lot of boost to work with. Tries to get it past Mr. Efficiency, but can't really do anything. And now George has a lot of space and a lot of time. Gets a nice flick and grabs the mid boost. That's such a big hit and puts it into the middle for Mars to just collect and force that one into the net and take the lead here for Azteca.
Well, they're getting very hyped on the cameras already. I mean, it looks like, meanwhile, Mr. Efficiency is just like humming to himself or something. But you've got to stay calm one way or another in these sort of situations here, Char. And already off the start of game number 1, it seems that Azteca is very much Zen-like in the mentality approach. But can they sort of transfer that into a second goal? Let's see. Not when Tank's going to be hovering on that back wall, and just going to be beating out George here as well, trying to get this one front and center, but Mars is not going to make that easy.
Mars now trying to take it down the other side, gets a pop into the middle. Mistrak's up for it. Mr. Efficiency forced into the block. Tank trying to get there as well, gets a 50 with George. Refx is up, gets a 50 into the corner. Tank trying to get there, but the cutout comes through from George, and ever since that goal, Shadow Eclipse, they've been trying to push, but right now Chimali just look a little bit better.
They do, and George is going to grab the second here for Azteca Chimali, and you can see him letting us know on the camera. The second one flies in. Azteca Chimali look like they're coming online here, Char, already in the series.
Yeah, George with the goal there, and now as you've seen, you can see why I went with the prediction with that outfit. Absolutely love him for showing up like that. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, if he wins, then I want to see everyone else in every other tier start dressing up like that.
We'll have like a fancy dress day for playoff. Yeah. Which day should we choose? I think it's got to be elite, right? Elite playoffs.
Yeah, elite playoffs, yeah, fancy dress day. Spread the word. Spread the word. Spread the word.
I'm sure all the elite players would absolutely adore that one. But yeah, so far so good here for Azteca Chimali, and now down the other side, it is Shadow Eclipse who are looking to try and find some sort of response. But the defense good here for Azteca, and they're finding the block on every single occasion. And it will be Mistrak who sort of just gets beat out there. George takes it along the side wall and down the other end. Not a lot of boost to work with, so just going to look to try and play for a setup to a teammate, but both of his teammates have been deleted from the field, and that's what you get with this Shadow team.
Yeah, they're a very physical team. They won't let you stay for long without getting demoed, and they won't let you stay for long without conceding. Shadow's first goal of the series by way of Tank.
Yeah, it is Tank who fires one back here for Shadow. And that lead cut in half. Is it going to continue to be sort of reined in here by Shadow? And looks like already they want to do that as they're back on the attack. Mr. Efficiency looking to hassle George on the back wall, and it's going to be made difficult for Azteca to really hang on to this. But Mars plays the 50 incredibly well, gets that one back out of the danger zone here for Azteca, but only for a second because here comes Tank.
Now almost puts that one into his own net, but manages to get the boost off the corner. Mistrak's up for it though. Player coming from Academy into Chally and being in the upper bracket of the Plains. An incredible improvement from him. But Mars, he probably should have put that one away. 30 seconds left. Eclipse, because of that miss, they still have a shot in this game, but only as long as George is on the pitch to put that one away and all but ensure Chimali's Game 1 win.
It certainly should indeed. And we're seeing the 3-1 scoreline for Azteca Chamali. 20 seconds left. It would have to be a disaster class on the kickoff for something to now take a turn for the worse for them. And Mistrack will get that one over to Mars, who is just going to take it along through this corner. The timer as good as TikTok here at this point, and it's just going to tick down here, Char. Mars left on an island in the back of the net as Tank's going to find one, but 4 seconds remaining here, Char. You've got to think that this one is all but wrapped up.
If they get a good kickoff, you never know, you never know. Maybe they'll try some kind of kickoff strategy. We'll see what happens off of here. Chamali, they don't want to throw this one away. 4 seconds on the clock. It goes straight to Mr. Efficiency. He pops it up. Who's up for it? He puts it to the backboard, looking for the double, fakes it out, but Tank has the shot. And Mars is forced to save it away. 0-second heroics almost coming true for Eclipse, but they can't find it. Mistrack will let it drop. Chamali take game 1.
Yeah, they do. Azteca Chamali are getting animated on the cameras, on the pitch, and in the server. I mean, it's a great first game there from them. And when we have a look overall here at some of those stats, you can tell from there as well. But yeah, I mean, Shah, we've both gone for a 4-2 here. We've both favored Azteca, and Azteca essentially have, as a franchise, a lot of their season riding on this team, because I don't recall how many Azteca teams made playoffs, but it wasn't many.
Yeah, I don't remember either of them in the last 2 playoffs that we had here, but listen, if this team does well, if this team wins the tier, which looking at where they finished in league play, how they're playing, they definitely have a shot to do, then at least you got a trophy out of it. So no matter how bad the season was in all your other tiers, you can call it a good season. And yeah, we'll see if they can go all the way. Server has gone down for maintenance, so it's going to be a little bit longer whilst we wait. But yeah, first of all, to go all the way, they've got to take down this Eclipse roster, which is no easy feat.
Yeah, it certainly isn't. It's a difficult one, no matter how you look at it, especially with the experience that these players have on this team. And you look at, you know, the direction that Shadow wanted to go with the draft in terms of you know, this season. Mr. Efficiency had first pick here for Shadow, I believe, in this challenger tier, went with Tank, locked it in, and made that early sort of, I guess, the early sort of security for Shadow, and it's done them well across the season. A very strong roster on paper here, Char, and on paper, a lot of the time transfers onto the pitch, and it has across their season, but can it transfer here and now when it needs to keep them in the upper bracket?
I guess we will have to wait and see. The Shadow roster, a team of very, very good players that you would think should be one of the top teams in the tier, but finishing 4th, I think by their standards or their expectations, I should say, it's probably a bit of a disappointing season. But at the end of the day, if you can make that run in playoffs, then that doesn't really matter. League play at this point, it matters only for seeding. It's a whole different ballgame as playoffs.
Yeah, it certainly is. And that ball game just continues to get more and more difficult, like you said. But it will be taken up to the ceiling here as Shadow look to try and get on the attack early on into this game. But Mistrack going to deny that, going to get that one front and central. It's a great pass, but Mars can't quite react to the play perfectly, and it will be sent out here by Shadow as they look to get on the counter attack. Mr. Efficiency to the back wall, had a shot opportunity, and it will be brought back into Tank there with a great pass, and Shadow 1-0 up already.
I need to see this replay because where was... Okay, they were bumped. That's going to happen against the Clips. I was wondering where the Azteca defense actually was, but Mr. Efficiency, very good bump on Mars in the goal line. It's just a free empty net for Tank, and that's the response you needed if you are this Eclipse team. After going one game down, you want to get that first goal in the next game. You don't want to go 2 free games down, because that's when it starts to get really, really dicey here in the play-ins. But Chimali, they want to get back into this one right now, though. It's all Eclipse pressure. Refx is up for it to the backboard. George, a little bit awkward there. Mr. Efficiency's up for it. Can't get the angle, though. And now Tank has to scurry back. Not a lot of boost. Just pops it high. George trying to get it into the middle. That's a hit out to Mars from Tank, but the block comes through. Cannot get the clean shot. And Chimali back to the drawing board now. And that's a shot, but Mars able to keep it out.
Able to keep it out indeed. Brought front and central there by Tank as he continues to chase for that demo onto Mistrack, but it might not matter because George is perfectly positioned to capitalize on that central ball. An instant response there from Azteca Chimali.
Yeah, George managing to put that one into the bottom corner. No one able to be there from Eclipse, and Chimali, they eliminate that Eclipse lead and bring us back to a level playing field. Now George air dribbling it across, doesn't get much, but Tank whiffs the shot, and George on it again. Maybe could have left that one for his teammate because he didn't have a lot of boost, but it almost worked out, but that has somehow gone completely in the other direction. And we need to see a replay on this one to understand what just happened.
An unfortunate touch that just comes off of Mistrack's car, goes past Mars, the third man, and straight over the top of everyone on Azteca's heads. I mean, you can't write it any better. It's a shadow opportunity that you've really got to capitalize off of, as lucky as it might be. You can see Mistrack trying to pre-jump here for Azteca to get back on the attack, but it is just going to be sort of circling around this offensive half. Great pop-up here by George. Nobody there to continue the play. Mr. Efficiency going to whiff the ball there and will allow Mars to sort of come back into the mix. Everyone's come back into the mix, apparently, on this Azteca roster, as they can get caught off guard quite badly here, Char.
Efficiency trying to hit that one forward. Mistrack going for it. 2 minutes left here for Chimali, or they're going to drop their first game, bring it back to a 1-1 scoreline. They need to get a goal, but they do have time to do so. Mistrack can't get that one past Refx. Now, across the Mistrack, doesn't get connection on it. Mars is there, but Mr. Efficiency will just cut that one out. And Eclipse, they're looking strong, they're looking secure, they're not looking really like they're in much danger of conceding right now, but sometimes it can feel like that, and then all of a sudden one counter-attack or one moment of magic can completely flip that script.
Well, Mistrack sort of faking that first touch, getting past Tank and looking to try and play it over the top of the shadow defense to allow George to slot it, but just off of that post, just off of that crossbar, just a little bit too much to ask.
Mars now trying to press the issue. Mistrack, that one's popped up high. Tank not a lot of boost, doesn't get a great touch. George is there. Mars with the shot, but Refx has to get the save and does quite brilliantly, but now gets the miss on that one. Mistrack pop into the middle. George with the shot, and he'll sink it. Chimali once again draw level.
They do. It's a great touch there by Mistrack and a fake from Mars to allow George to take that shot, equalize the scoreline here on Forbidden Temple. And this one's anyone's game still.
Kickoff goes in Chimali's favor. Mistrack pops it up. George is up again, but can't quite find it. George has been on an absolute goal-scoring tear so far in this series. Got 2 in the last game, 2 in this game with still time to get 1 more. That's a chance for Eclipse, but no one can make connection. 30 seconds here for either of these teams to clinch this game, or we'll have our first overtime.
Oh, and Mistrack's looking to do it here, but will be saved away by Tank. It was a great demo there by Azteca to open up the opportunity to make that play, but a team that knows a thing or two about demos is Shadow Eclipse, and they're looking to push back in this final 10 seconds. Infield past the Tank. Is this going to be Mr. Efficiency? Caught a little bit awkward, but not quite. Gets back in time. Shadow hold on the counter-attack, and well, both of these teams had a little bit of a sniff there, Char, but both of these teams, well, I guess it didn't quite work out for them. We go to overtime here in game number 2, and a very crucial one for both of these teams. For Azteca, the opportunity to go 2-0 up. For Shadow, the opportunity to equalize this series.
Mistrak controlling that one off the sidewall, trying to get the flick, but Tank cuts it out brilliantly and spurs a bit of a counter-attack here. Mr. Efficiency to the backboard, but George, really nice touch, just clearing that one right down to the shadow half. Refx trying to get that one past Mistrak with the bump, but sorry, it was not Mistrak with the bump. Mistrak was trying to follow it, couldn't quite get there. Now that's dropping down. George is up for it, but can't get the angle. Eclipse hanging on by a thread in this overtime.
Yeah, hanging on by a thread, but they need to take full grasp here of this overtime. So do both of these teams as we find ourselves a minute into it. It will be Reflex there just taken off the pitch by Mistrak, and Tank, and that one back towards the midfield will be collected there by George, who gets it over to the ceiling. It'll be popped up there by Mr. Efficiency. Reflex now taking it into his own hands, but Mistrak there with the stop. Mars with a whiff. George with a great save on the goal line to keep Azteca still in this game too.
Mistrak with another save as well. Eclipse, they're starting to put some shots on the net in this overtime, but now they have to deal with a Chamali attack. Tank will try and take possession, leaves it out for Mr. Efficiency, but that's just kind of throwing away possession. George, pass up to Mars, to the backboard. Who's there for it? Mistrak is up. 50th into the corner. Who wins that race? Refx will try clear it away, but George pops it up. Not a great touch though, just sending it straight to Mr. Efficiency. None of his teammates able to collect, and now Chamali, they're right back on the defense. A double commit as well. Chamali, they're looking a bit nervous here in this overtime. 2 minutes gone and still no goal.
Still nothing just yet. That could change though, because, well, we see Azteca looking to get back on the attack. Mistrak not able to quite make the connection, and Mars will dive in there. George with the touch as well, as that ball finds itself around this halfway line. Tank up for the touch. Mars has to block it and does, and this is going to allow George to follow this one up as well. But Mr. Efficiency should be back for that as well, and is. So Shadow are going to have the opportunity to hold on here for a little bit longer until Mars gets a chance to double this one in. It is all over the place here, Char, and well, both of these teams are very much giving it their all.
Yeah, 2 minutes 45 into overtime and still no goal, but there has been no shortage of chances. Both of these teams want this so badly. Both of these teams know how crucial this overtime is to the outcome of this series. Mars off the corner trying to get a 50. George pops that one high and finds the top shelf of the net. Azteca, they take the overtime, they take game 2, they take the 2-0 lead in this series.
They certainly do, they certainly do. And, well, Azteca here taking the 2-0 lead. We don't have a timeout call coming through here, though.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the right play from Eclipse. I think 2-0 down, you've just lost a very intense, very long overtime. I feel like you've got to take a timeout, because it's worrying when you lose that. The mental can start to go. I don't know how this team's mental is, but if I was them, I would be taking a timeout. Then again, I'm hard stuck prospect, so what do I know?
Well, we'll get into game number 3 in a second here, Char, but when we have a look at those stats on the screen, it certainly is, great to see here from Azteca. They're coming alive, and you can see the same on Shadow. Tank, 700-point game, but still not quite getting it over the line. It shows you how much these teams really want it.
Yeah. It's unfortunate when you get that 700-point game, still can't put it away, but maybe that is why, or one of the reasons why they're not doing that timeout call, because they're still playing well, they're still putting up those numbers. Tank just put up an absolute masterpiece of a game, and yeah, they're still putting up those numbers, they're still threatening, and they're still playing well, so they'll try and get back into the series. They'll be hopeful that they can get back into this series, and yeah, we'll see if they manage to take this game, or if they do go 3-0 down, which needing a reverse sweep, we've seen it happen, but it's very, very difficult.
Okay, well, into game number 3 we go. And we see Eclipse taking on Shamali here. And once again, as it continues to go the way of Shamali, it gets more and more important that Eclipse get a handle on things. But unfortunately for them, Mars is in the server.
George as well, doing so well. Pop that one over the defense. Both of the Eclipse players in the same position. The spacing not working there for Eclipse. And George pops it over both of them to the backboard. Gets a bump as well. And Mars is there to put it away. And really, really good start here for Shamali as they hunt for this series. And they hunt for as little wiggle room for Eclipse as possible. They want to take this, and they want to take it as quickly as they possibly can.
Certainly do. It'll be George who brings it round, and instantly 50'd by 2 players there, put to a stop. The lead very much in the hands of this Azteca team, and Tank won't be able to find the equalizer. Mr. Efficiency dives in off of that sidewall as well, as it's getting a little bit rash here, as a certain one of these players would say, Shah, from every single angle. And on this occasion, it's Shadow who now find themselves a little bit of an opening, but a little bit conscious as whether to dive in or not.
Yeah, no one dived in on that play, and Shamali managing to clear it away, but not for very long. Mars will just send that one, and will that find us all the way in? It's just wide, but if you're Eclipse, you're very lucky that that's just wide, because if that's just slightly to the right, no one is there to save it, and you cannot be allowing those kind of booms to just sail near to your net and almost go in. It's this Eclipse side, they're just not playing with a real structure right now. There's so many gaps that this Shamali team are exploiting so well.
They certainly are. And, well, I'm going to look to see if Shadow can find something down the other end, but as, you know, as Refex just looks for that demo, it feels like all these Azteca players are a bit of a brick wall that Shadow just can't quite break down here, Char. Mistrak gets that one front and center, and George, a little bit of a collapse onto Mr. Efficiency in the skies. Mars now taking it into his own hands with a sidewall corner sort of in between both double to get that one middle. But yeah, it's just chaotic here around DFH as Shadow just struggling around here, trying to find something and getting blocked on every attempt.
George off the sidewall, Tank is there for it, full boost as well, but just sends it. Like, he has full boost, he has time on the ball, and just sends it straight into the corner. And that's just a free ball for Shamali, and Eclipse, they're just not showing their usual level of control over the game, over the ball. They're kind of just throwing it into Shamali's hand, and it feels like a kind of easy game for Shamali to be playing right now. They don't really feel like they need to step out of second gear much to deal with this Eclipse team right now and what they're trying to put on the table. Efficiency maybe trying to do something about that, but that just goes straight to George, and maybe should have done a bit better with that one, Hodge.
Certainly should have, and that is a chance that Azteca had to double down on their lead, and instead they've got Tank firing a bullet back over to Mr. Efficiency. Refex comes in with a follow-up, and Tank will turn onto the play. It will just be a little bit of an attack starting to once again get going for Shadow, but once again a little bit too late to the play is Refex, and Tank just jumps over that bump, gets out of dodge, but for how long? Back to make the save once again. It's Tank just doing it all here on the defense. Another save coming through. A minute left here, Chart, but as many saves as Shadow wants to get, they need some more shots on the board.
Yeah, Mistrak forced into a save there. Mars hits that one across, Tank's on it, looking for the mid pass. That's a good one, but Efficiency doesn't find the net, and then the pinch from George is absolutely masterful, just sends it so far down. Mars is there as well. Shamali, they're just suffocating Eclipse here, and Eclipse, they're not helping themselves. Missed touches, throwing away possession. They can't really do anything against this Shamali defense right now. that doesn't even feel that solid. It just feels like Eclipse. They're not posing much of a threat, which is not something that I would associate with the names on this roster. George forced into a save, 10 seconds left here to the backboard. George looking for the double tap, finds it, spikes it down, and all but seals this game free. Shadow, they're needing a reverse sweep in this series to get back into it.
They certainly do, and the villain of Challenger makes himself known once again on the pitch. 5 seconds left of this one, zero pressure from Shadow. We thought this one would be a close affair, but I mean, it's very one-sided here. Azteca wiping the floor as they go up 3-0 in the series.
Yeah, Azteca doing so well. They've played some amazing Rocket League. That game 2 is definitely the closest of the games, went to that long overtime, but even then, it felt like Azteca, they were in full control, and you see Refex, 72 points in that game, not really having much of an impact on the play, and it just feels like this Azteca team, they're not allowing some of these players to have that impact. We don't see a timeout call again from Eclipse, which I'm pretty surprised about. I would have thought if we didn't see it at 2-0, definitely would have seen it at 3-0, but I do also kind of like that because it shows some kind of quiet confidence here in their ability to get back into the series. Obviously, 3-0 down, they need a best of 7 reverse sweep, which isn't the greatest thing in the world, but it's definitely doable, and server has just gone down for maintenance. I don't know if it's gone down for you, and
Yeah.
I don't know if we have a producer right now to create a new lobby, so we might have a little bit more time. Okay.
Keep talking, Shark, keep talking.
But yeah, Azteca, they're 3-0 down right now. No, Azteca are 3-0 up. I don't know what I'm on about. I make
fine.
mistakes. It's
We're
late.
running
I'm
the
tired.
show as a duo here today. It's a Hodge and Shark production, guys.
Yeah, but Shadow, they're in a rough place. They need to start playing their game. They need to start threatening this Azteca team, because right now they're just not really providing a threat. They're not really providing any sort of worry for this Azteca defense. It just feels simple for them to get back into it, as we do have a lobby back up, and I'm hoping that the stream will be able to see the game. This is the moment of truth, I guess. We'll find out.
I know. Well,
Let's hope it's...
welcome to the Hodge and Shaw radio, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
It's not it. It's not it.
Fine. Okay, well, welcome everybody to game number 4. Do or die here for Shadow Eclipse in their upper bracket quest here to stay with an extra life going into the rest of the tournament. You lose this, you're going to drop down to play against, I believe it's Berserker's Thralls, right?
Yes, it will be.
Okay, well, it's certainly going to be a fun one after they dispatched SCR earlier on. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the mechanics coming through here from Shadow Eclipse. It's a great sort of assist there from Refex, a great touch. That mistrack just sort of panicked and passed it back to Tank. First goal to Shadow Eclipse here.
Yeah, good start here for Eclipse, but we saw them get that lead in game 2, so now they need to hold it. Refex now going for the air dribble. Mars with a really good pre-jump though. George and Mistrak both diving for it. That's dangerous here for Shamali Eclipse. They might have a chance. That's a miss from Mistrak as well. Tank just trying to pop it up for Refex, but Mars reads it all the way, manages to get the cutout, but Eclipse, they're starting to put more pressure on. They're starting to begin this reverse sweep, begin that momentum that they're going to need, because they're going to need to flip it completely. But right now, it's down the other end. It's Mistrak, but not enough boost for the finish.
Yeah, not enough boost here for the finish, and instead it will be Georgiou takes it back into this corner as Tekka want to hold on to possession and want to flip this game on its head already after Shadow have taken the lead. Mr. Efficiency back over to Tank, who looks to try and slot a second. Shadow Eclipse turning out the lights here on the Coliseum.
Yeah, Mr. Efficiency, good infield pass, and then Tank sees the pre-jump of Mars and just slots it behind. Really intelligent play there. And 2-0 up here for Shadow Eclipse, so maybe a reverse sweep is doable, but there's still plenty time here for Chamali to get back into this game number 4. Mistrak has to clear that one away. Reflex into the middle, Tank's there for it, but George keeps that one out. Mars now dribble over one, flick. Can't get it into the net. Chamali, this is the opportunity for them to start a bit of pressure and to start hunting for one back in this game 4.
Certainly the case. And, well, 2-0 up here for Shadow. You've got to think this is an opportunity you can't waste away, and it's their final opportunity here before they find themselves in that lower bracket, heading on into Championship Saturday. But for now, it's still that Shadow pressure that circles around the Azteca defensive half, and they've got some time to still put some goals back on the board here to Azteca. But when you've got the pressure dialing up, when you've got Mr. Efficiency, Reflex, and then Tank in the skies looking for this double, it's so difficult, even with the shots when they come through and they're missed.
Yeah, Tank already on 400 points this game. We saw even in the games that they were losing, Tank still putting up monster numbers. He's trying to drag his team through this bracket, but George is trying to send them down to the lowers. 2-1 now. Azteca, they get one back.
Are you sure George isn't like trying to send them to a disco or something? It looks more like what the entire...
I mean, the lower bracket is a bit of a disco sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Make of that analogy what you will, because I don't know either.
I was going to say that's a bit of an attempt of all time, but yeah. Mars will look for the second to tie up the game as Tekka Chamali not phased, regardless if their team have the lead or not.
Yeah, Mars just finds the top shelf. No one from Eclipse able to keep that one out. 2 minutes left now and we're all tied up in Eclipse. They've thrown this lead away. They need to get back into it. Tank looking to do just that with the air dribble, but George manages to get the save on it. Eclipse, they want to put on pressure straight off this kickoff, and they're doing just that. Reflex just can't get the touch on it, though, and now it's a counter chance, maybe. Tank forced into clearing it away. Demo there on the backline from Tank. Mr. Efficiency looking for the shot. Reflex now has an opportunity, but he skies it. A lot of those shots from Reflex have gone wide, and he's a player that I've rated all season, but in all honesty, this series, he haven't been having the impact I would have expected, but now this is dangerous, and Reflex saves it, the crossbar. How are Eclipse not 3-2 up, Podge?
I've got no idea, and that's something you don't want to look back on if you're Eclipse, but maybe look at another opportunity, because Tank's controlling this, buying his teammates a little bit of time as Reflex dives back in there for that play. Mars along this sideboard, just trying to guide it back over into the Azteca offense, and almost slots the angle, but picked up here by Tank. He looks to dunk it past 2 players, stays with the play, in fact, and looks to 50 that one down. Almost some excellence there from Tank, but, I mean, it doesn't matter if Azteca can get the 4-0 sweep nonetheless here. George looking for the angle. It won't matter because Mistrak has slotted it. The lead back in the hands of Azteca, and Shadow, every opportunity that they've had, they've squandered here, Char.
36 seconds here for Chamali to hold on to this lead, or can Eclipse keep their upper bracket hopes alive? 30 seconds now. Mistrak sending it down to the other end off the corner. Reflex pop up, 60 boost, but gets just dunked out by Mars. Eclipse, they're running out of time. They're running out of options. Chamali, they might be on the home straight. George can't get the shot on there. Tank trying to get this one away. Not a lot of boost, but he's still on it. Mars, bit of a weak touch, Reflex is onto it, into the corner, that's a touch into the middle, but Mistrak is there. This ball will go down All they need is for it to hit the floor. Mr. Efficiency will keep it up, but Mars will end it on a high, end it on a goal. Chimali sweep Eclipse to the lower bracket.
You can see them getting animated on the cameras. It is a sweep here from Azteca Chimali as they beat down Shadow Eclipse into that lower bracket, like you said, Shah. Incredible here from Azteca. And this franchise has certainly got a good team with great hopes going into Saturday.
Yeah, really well played from all players on this Azteca Chimali roster. And yeah, they'll be looking on to Saturday with a bit of a glint in their eye because Eclipse are by no means an easy team to defeat, and they've just swept them quite convincingly, you would say. Although the shots do go in Eclipse's favor, but it kind of just felt like most of those, they were not very threatening, and it just felt Chimali for large portions of that series, they were just in complete control.
Yeah, they certainly were. And as we have a look at our series MVP, it is the Disco Man himself. It is the one and only DCFC George here for Azteca Char, and was certainly flying around, finding maximum impact on the field. The villain of the tier, whatever you want to call him, he certainly gets it done here, and did in this series. Moving forward with his team to Saturday to take on that Chrome roster, I believe, in that very first matchup. And we're going to have a look at our play-ins bracket here. Yeah, what's this looking like?
Well, yeah, you see those teams in the upper bracket, all of them do still qualify to Saturday, but Canaans and Chimali are the ones that will be advancing through the upper bracket to face those first seeds, Pulse and Eclipse being the ones that drop down into the lower bracket. Pulse, they'll have their matchup against Ember, who won both of their series to get into those play-ins. Actually, both of the teams that advanced through the lower bracket had to play 2 series and won 2 series, so the theory about the advantage of playing that series before with the momentum, Challengers definitely supporting that this season.
It certainly is. It certainly is. But yeah, we're gonna we're gonna head back over to the cams. This is it's very soon as George is giving me a wave. Still, he's flexing his muscles. I don't know if we can pull this up at all. But yeah, they're getting very animated here. I'm gonna give him a wave back. You guys can't see this, but yeah, I mean, in terms of that playoffs bracket here, we can bring it back to that for a second. Sorry, Abdul. Yeah, I mean, it is. For their proper dancing and all, Azteca very happy with that win. But yeah, it's very much a good setup here for playoffs Saturday in the Challenger tier chart, and I can't wait to see how it all goes.
Yeah, it should be a very exciting day, and we are set up for a very good day on Saturday. All top 18s for the Challenger tier in this series now locked in. I can just see you smirking at the cameras this whole time.
He's got the techier glasses on for Mistrack.
Oh, I rate that so much. I wish the stream could see this, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's certainly been an electric series, hasn't it, Char? For one team in particular, and it's been a fun day as well. And I'm very aware that I'm about to get completely cut off here on the outro because Abdul does it with every single. Okay, we're going back because Abdul forgot to do sponsors. So thank you very much for everyone for watching this stream. For Badass Studios, SpartanWare, Trophy.ai for being the greatest sponsors that we could ask for here with this league. And obviously, if you are using anything, if you're using anything in the Rocket League item shop that you are purchasing, make sure to use code rsc-eu when picking it up. But yeah. Now it's time for me to get cut off. Thank you everyone for an amazing stream. Abdul, I'll let you do the thing.